Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. Level up in one day. If you want to break off the engagement, you can. Chapter 81. Lin Hu and Lin Changfeng did not hesitate too much. I even felt a little proud. They have been taught a lesson by Lin Zhenchen since they were young. Now I actually have the opportunity to be a master chef for once. There was actually a feeling of elation in my heart. In this way, Lin Hu and Lin Changfeng talked to each other while explaining the operation route of the exercise to Lin Zhenchen, as well as some precautions. What Lin Chen originally passed on to the two of them was the Heavenly Sword Supreme technique. The two of them have been practicing for so long, but they have gradually become familiar with each other. And whenever he had time, he would ask Lin Chen what he didn't understand. Now, although Lin Zhenchen is a little tired, he finally succeeded. After Lin Zhenchen practiced the Heavenly Sword Supreme technique, he immediately felt the horror of this technique. I finally understood that what the two of them had said before was true. Even a little humble, it's simply powerful beyond imagination. Lin Zhenchen has never practiced heaven-level skills. But he could also feel the power of this technique. Absolutely powerful beyond description. Boom! In just an instant, Lin Zhenchen achieved a breakthrough. He finally reached the second level of the true essence realm that he had dreamed of. Then, he was not given time to be ecstatic. There was another bang, and a muffled sound came from within the body. The third level of true element realm. Just because he practiced Lin Chen's Heavenly Sword Supreme technique, in just a short moment, Lin Zhenchen broke through two realms in a row. The shock in Lin Zhenchen's heart was hard to calm down for a long time. Different from Lin Hu and Lin Changfeng. It has been many years since Lin Zhenchen reached the first level of the true element realm. I thought there was no hope of breakthrough in this life. But I never expected that the technique could be so powerful. It's almost like changing one's destiny against the will of heaven. Today, Lin Hu and Lin Changfeng have reached the second level of the true Yuan realm again since they last broke through the true Yuan realm. Lin Zhenchen was still puzzled at first. Even a little bit uncomfortable. Both of his sons have broken through to the second level of the true essence realm. It makes him, a father, very shameless. But now, he finally surpassed the two of them again and gained the dignity of being a father. At the same time, Lin Zhenchen's face suddenly turned red. Without saying a word, Lin Hu and Lin Changfeng were both stunned. Boom! At the same time, he cursed. Two little fools, they have such good skills and they didn't even tell me. Lin Zhen's weather was bad. Practicing this kind of skill even one day late is a loss. These two unfilial fools never told him. He couldn't help but feel angry after both of his brains collapsed. Lin Zhenchen's current cultivation level is already higher than theirs. And since it was their father, they naturally did not dare to resist. He held his head in pain and was speechless for a while. Thinking who knows you haven't. But they didn't say much, for fear of suffering another double brain breakdown. Lin Zhenchen breathed heavily for a while before calming down. After glaring at the two people fiercely, they also reacted. The old face suddenly turned as red as a monkey's butt. I wanted to give the two people a few blows, but this time they learned the lesson and hid aside and covered their heads in advance. Lin Zhenchen had no choice but to give up. Just now, I was holding on to that tattered earth-level skill like a monkey. Lin Chen has such awesome skills for a long time. The more he thought about it, the more he became ashamed. I finally understood why Lin Chen was so powerful. With such a technique, it is difficult to think of it as powerful. However, Lin Chen still far surpassed them. After all, when he was still at the third level of the true Yuan realm, Lin Zhenchen felt that it would be a bit difficult for him to deal with an ordinary innate powerhouse. But Lin Chen can kill the Qi-Si realm instantly. Thinking about it this way, Lin Chen was still a pervert, and Lin Zhenchen couldn't figure it out again. It was Lin Hu and Lin Changfeng. I have been secretly observing Lin Chen these days. I have some thoughts. At this moment, Lin Changfeng came closer and whispered, "Dad, I have been observing Chener and found a problem. Chener seems to be able to practice more than one technique." Lin Hu also nodded in agreement. What? Lin Zhenchen was so frightened that he collapsed to the ground. Looking at the two of them in disbelief, I feel like these two sons are crazy. Do you know what this means? He had never heard of such a thing. Lin Changfeng was in this state when he discovered this. I can especially understand Lin Zhenchen at this moment. Looking at Lin Zhenchen seriously, he continued. Dad, although this incident is very surprising, I am almost certain of it. You don't have to be so afraid. Isn't this a great news for our Lin family? Lin Zhenchen finally reacted. Yes, no matter how surprising it is. But Lin Chen is from the Lin family. The more terrifying Lin Chen is, the better off the Lin family will be. Is it necessary to worry about this kind of thing? Suddenly, Lin Zhenchen felt joyful in his heart. Then he asked doubtfully, now that you said it, I also discovered that Chen'er seems to use a different technique every time. I was surprised before. Single quote. What level do you think Chen'er's other techniques are? Lin Chengfeng paused. He said seriously again. I'm afraid that every one of them is not lower than the level of the Heavenly Sword Supreme technique given to us. Hiss. Lin Zhenchen took a deep breath. This is too scary. It also made him understand the seriousness of this matter. He immediately looked at the two of them and said, although I don't know what adventure Chen'er got, the fewer people know about this kind of thing, the better. From now on, including me, you will keep this matter in your stomach forever. Don't tell anyone about it, and don't ask Chen'er. If I find out that you are talking nonsense outside, be careful that I don't recognize you two sons. Lin Zhenchen really spoke with murderous intent, causing Lin Hu and Lin Chengfeng to tremble violently. Swallowing, he nodded again and again. Lin Zhenchen knew that this matter was too serious, and he was happy. But if this kind of thing spreads, the Lin family will not only face forces at the level of the Yulin family and Xiaoyaozhong. I am afraid that the entire Tianlong continent will not let the Lin family go. Afterwards, Lin Zhenchen also withdrew his murderous intent and did not dare to discuss the matter further. But it's still hard to suppress the excitement in my heart. I'm afraid they still underestimated Lin Chen's future achievements before. Just when a few people were in a daze. A thud. There was a loud explosion in the yard. Attracted the attention of several people. Suddenly they were trembling again. At this moment, Lin Chen's whole body seemed to be filled with starlight. The skin of the body also turned into the color of starlight. A shadow behind him looked like the real star god was alive. Lin Zhenchen was very excited. Sure enough, just as he imagined, Lin Chen was able to practice such a difficult technique. Even this is no longer an introduction. Instead, he has reached the strongest level that he can perform at this level of cultivation. The power to move the stars is attached to his body, like a star god. What makes Lin Zhenchen confused is this Tiangong star divine art really so powerful? He was extremely puzzled. In fact, Lin Zhenchen was not wrong. The Tiangong star divine technique he gave is indeed a top-notch earth-level technique. In fact, Lin Chen was already proficient as soon as he got started. But Lin Chen's understanding of the technique was so strong that he instantly realized that this Tiangong star divine technique was not a complete technique. While they were talking, Lin Chen had already completed the complete technique. This is the truly complete Tiangong star divine art. But what surprised Lin Chen was that this complete Tiangong star divine technique was very powerful, at least a heaven-level technique. It may even be superior to Tianji Kung Fu. This is terrible. It is enough to show that the heel of the Lin family was extremely glorious a long time ago. He took the opportunity to modify and upgrade this technique again, reaching the same level as his other 5 techniques. In other words, the current Tiangong star divine technique is at the same level as his super technique. Now it was displayed by Lin Chen, and it was extremely terrifying. No wonder Lin Zhenchen and the others were surprised. It was also an unexpected surprise for Lin Chen. In addition to the original 5 skills, Lin Chen now practices 6 super skills at the same time. The strength has also been improved to a higher level. In addition, he is now at the 5th level of True Yuan realm. Enough to instantly kill any Qi Si realm. Lin Chen was also extremely happy. Although it is very fast to level up every day, of course the stronger the better. Slowly restrained the movements of the Tiangong star divine technique. The strange phenomena on Lin Chen slowly disappeared. But Lin Zhenchen and the others still had great shock on their expressions. After reacting, Lin Zhenchen said with emotion, as expected of Chen'er, you can easily master such a difficult technique and master it completely. Lin Zhenchen is not blind either. It can be seen that Lin Chen is no longer a beginner. It's as if he was born to practice this technique. Amazing. At the same time, he blushed with shame and said, Chenur, you haven't said anything yet. With such a powerful technique in your hand, the Tiangong Star Divine technique I took out is a bit embarrassing. Lin Zhenshin kept shaking his head. I felt like a beggar, holding a steamed bun to show off in front of Lin Chen. No, this technique is quite good. I just completed and modified it, and it's quite good. Lin Chen waved his hand, not feeling that Lin Zhenshin was showing off. This technique also had a great effect on him. You should also thank Lin Zhenshin for taking it out. What? Complete and modified? Lin Zhenshin was shocked again. But then I was relieved. It was no surprise that anything happened to Lin Chen. He didn't know how powerful the original Tiangong Star Divine technique was. At this moment, he just felt Lin Chen comforting him. I felt moved in my heart. I thought to myself that this guy is quite good at caring for the elderly. Nothing more was said. Lin Chen continued. The Heavenly Sword Supreme technique is powerful in attack, and it is not too difficult to practice. You just have to practice it in the future. If you want to pass it on to other people in the Lin family, you don't have to ask me. Lin Chen naturally noticed Lin Hu and Lin Chengfeng passing on Lin Zhen the Heavenly Sword Supreme technique just now. He didn't feel anything either. This is actually what Lin Zhenshin is thinking about. After all, the technique belonged to Lin Chen. If more people from the Lin family are allowed to practice, there will naturally be more help. After all, the Lin family cannot always rely on Xie Dongtian and the others. Blacksmith need its own hardware. If Lin Chen is gone one day, who else can suppress those people? Lin Zhenshin had to consider these things. Hearing this, he nodded excitedly and said, since you said so, Chenur, I won't be polite. But your technique is too heaven-defying. Naturally, it cannot be passed on to everyone in the Lin family. It must be completely trustworthy. Chenur, you don't have to worry about this matter. Just worry about it. Just bask in the sun. Lin Zhenshin originally wanted to let Lin Chen practice in peace. But when he thought about it carefully, it seemed that Lin Chen had never practiced before, and his cultivation was still soaring. It's not appropriate to talk about cultivation. This may be the world of monsters. After sleeping and basking in the sun, I improved my cultivation. Lin Chen smiled and nodded. Just then, a servant of the Lin family came in a hurry, panting for a while. Master Lin Chen, someone is looking for you. Hearing this, Lin Chen, Lin Zhenshin and others all looked at the visitor. Lin Chen seemed to have thought of something and asked, is he an old man? The servant was stunned for a moment, feeling that Lin Chen was really a god. He immediately nodded blankly and flattered him. The young master is really clever, and I admire him. Yes, he is an old man. He said his name is Zhang Chengdao. It looks like the immortal spirit is not an ordinary person at first glance. He has been invited to the lounge. Zhang Chengdao is now a strong man in the Qixi realm. The natural temperament is far from human. When the doorman of the Lin family heard that he was looking for Lin Chen again, he was not surprised. After entering the Lin family first, he came to report to Lin Chen immediately. Lin Zhenshin looked at Lin Chen in confusion and asked, Chenur, do you know this person? Lin Chen nodded. Well, I hired a servant a few days ago. I didn't expect to come so late. I guess something happened. Lin Chen didn't care. He answered casually. Lin Zhenshin, Lin Hu and Lin Chengfeng were speechless again. Although Lin Chen said it lightly. But they don't feel that this is a simple servant. Long Qi was regarded as an ordinary monster by them before. Obviously, the person who can be favored by Lin Chen must not be that simple. Lin Zhenshin immediately smiled and said, since we are yours, Chenur, and we are fine, let's go and have a look with you. Lin Chen nodded and said nothing more. Xiaozi continued to stay and practice with peace of mind, and talk to Long Qi if nothing happened. Lin Chen, Lin Zhenshin and the others went to the lounge. At this moment, the atmosphere in the lounge was tense. Xie Dongtian and others are also there. They all looked at Zhang Chengdao with eager eyes. The man in front of me was too arrogant, and his words were extremely unpleasant. It happened that Xie Dongtian and several sect leaders passed by here. Zhang Chengdao was extremely arrogant. Got into an argument with a few people. Unexpectedly, Zhang Chengdao turned out to be a strong person in the early stage of Qixi realm. However, Xie Dongtian is also in the early stage of Qixi realm. And there is strength in numbers. I just want to teach this veteran a lesson. Zhang Chengdao looked at Xie Dongtian and others relentlessly and said calmly, you guys with such rubbish cultivation skills, please kneel down and admit your mistake to me, otherwise I will be careful and you will have to walk around without food. Although it is also the early stage of the Qi realm. But what Zhang Chengdao practiced was the yin-yang magic skill given by Lin Chen. As for Xie Dongtian and the others, Lin Chen only upgraded some of their skills. It's not at the same level as Zhang Chengdao. But Xie Dongtian and the others didn't know. Although I don't know who the person in front of me is. But he dared to be so arrogant in the Lin family because he wanted to teach him how to behave. Xie Dongtian immediately shouted, sect leaders, come with me to teach this old man a lesson. There were obviously many people, but Xie Dongkai didn't bother to fight one another. He did feel threatened by the old man in front of him. Others also disliked Zhang Chengdao and didn't even look at where this place was. They all started to besiege Zhang Chengdao. Zhang Chengdao didn't know who these people were. But think about it, I am also Lin Chen's direct servant after all. Lin Chen even asked himself to be the housekeeper before. No matter what, he must have a higher status than these people. Looking at the people surrounding him, he stood there with his hands behind his back with great disdain. When Xie Dongtian and others arrived, he took action decisively. Bang 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 bang. After a series of sounds, Xie Dongtian and the others lay on the ground and wailed. They all looked at Zhang Chengdao in horror. The person in front of me is too powerful. Although he is only at the early stage of Qi realm, his strength is at least comparable to that of the late Qi realm. He defeated them easily with just one move. And he kept it. Zhang Chengdao naturally wanted to hold back. After all, these were Lin Chen's people. He just gave some lessons. At this time, Lin Chen, Lin Zhenshan and the others happened to arrive here. Just happened to see this scene. Lin Zhenshan, Lin Hu and Lin Chengfeng all looked stunned. At the same time, I thought, what a powerful servant. It was exactly what they thought. Lin Chen, the servant who spoke casually, was simply terrifying beyond their imagination. Lin Zhenshan and others know very well what kind of strength Xie Dongtian and the others are. Neither of the two early-stage Qi realms could be a match for Xie Dongtian alone. Coupled with the other sect leaders, they can completely deal with an ordinary mid-level Qi realm powerhouse. But in front of Lin Chen, a servant, he was so vulnerable. One can imagine how powerful this person is. Lin Zhenshan couldn't stop feeling excited. The process of surprise was very short, and he had gradually become accustomed to the surprise brought by Lin Chen. After scanning with big eyes, Lin Zhenshan basically understood the situation. Unexpectedly, Xie Dongtian actually had a conflict with Lin Chen's servant. He immediately acted as peacemaker. There was a burst of laughter. Ha 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 ha. You are all our own people, and I, the honored guests of the Lin family, why would you get angry over trivial things? After hearing Lin Zhenshan's words, Xie Dongtian and the others also blushed. But I found a step for them to get down. Immediately, they stood up and raised their hands to Lin Zhenshan and said, what the old master said is that we have offended this gentleman. Hearing this, Zhang Chengdao looked over and was shocked. The old master, there is no doubt that he is the head of the Lin family. Zhang Chengdao immediately didn't dare to be presumptuous. But then there was a burst of surprise. It can be seen that Lin Zhenshan is only at the third level of the True Yuan realm. A person at the third level of the True Yuan realm is actually the head of the Lin Chen family. Zhang Chengdao couldn't figure it out. But he didn't dare to ask any more questions. Anyway, he just needs to obey Lin Chen's instructions. And he also believed that Lin Chen was just a super powerful dragon man hiding in this family. When he saw Lin Chen, he suddenly felt excited. He hurriedly came over and bowed down and said, young master, I would like to pay my respects to you, young master. Old servant, Xie Dongtian and others were stunned. It was also overwhelming. Such a powerful person was actually just a mere servant of Lin Chen. But if you think about it carefully, it is natural. Only Lin Chen could have such a strong person as his servant. Suddenly, he felt envious of Zhang Chengdao again. Although they were nominally following the Lin family, their status was far lower than that of Lin Chen's servants. If possible, they also want to become Lin Chen's direct servants. But obviously, this matter is not so easy. And Lin Chen probably doesn't need so many servants. Hearing this, Lin Chen raised his hand gently and said, "Okay, no need to be so polite. Have you settled all your matters?" Zhang Chengdao immediately nodded quickly. "Yes, young master, my Qingyan sect's affairs have been settled. From now on, I will follow the young master to the death and work for the young master." "Well, then you can stay at the Lin family with peace of mind from now on." Lin Chen responded softly. After that, Zhang Chengdao stood quietly behind Lin Chen. It was also the envy of Xie Dongtian and all the sect leaders. Lin Zhenshan almost burst into laughter. Today's Lin family, because of Lin Chen, has become unimaginably powerful. Before, he was a little worried about things at Xiaoyao Tomb. After all, Xiaoyao Tomb is not from the Yulin family. It's so powerful that it makes people despair. But now it seems that Xiaoyao Tomb is nothing. As long as Lin Chen is willing, he can twist it to pieces at any time. Thinking of this, Lin Zhenshan restored his majesty as the head of the family and said to everyone, "Everyone, please sit down. This gentleman is also from Chenur. From now on, we are all one family, so there is no need to be so polite." "Yes, yes, yes," everyone responded one after another. Just when Lin Zhenshan was feeling proud, another servant quickly came to report. "Master Lin Chen, someone is looking for you, saying he is from Yaowang Valley." Yaowang Valley. As soon as these words came out, Xie Dongtian and others raised their buttocks that were not yet warm just after they sat down. If their sphere of influence covers thousands of miles, the Medicine King Valley is a famous power within a radius of 100,000 miles. It's not because of how powerful they are in combat. It's because they have too many friends. Many big forces have good relations with them. As long as the people from Yaowang Valley say something, Feiyunj like Xie Dongtian will not see the sun the next day. Xie Dongtian and the other sect leaders, including Lin Zhenshan, looked at Lin Chen with shock and reverence. Unexpectedly, Lin Chen was so powerful that he even knew people from Yaowang Valley. Lin Chen was stunned for a moment, and then his eyes lit up. "I thought it was Shangguan Union who came. Last time I took Shangguan Union as my disciple in Hidden Dragon Valley. Calculating the time, I should go back to say goodbye and come back to find him." Dang Ji said, "Invite people in quickly." "No need, senior, I'm already here." As soon as Lin Chen finished speaking, Murong Feng's voice rang out. "It is still the cultivation of innate Zouchen. It might not have been weak in the past." But soon, Murong Feng's heart trembled when he saw everyone. Especially Zhang Chengdao and Xie Dongtian. Murong Feng could tell at a glance that the two of them were unfathomable. "I know he is definitely a strong person in the Qixi realm." Murong Feng was also deeply shocked. When he came to this small Yancheng before, he felt that he had come to the wrong place. After all, in such a small city, it is difficult to find an innate strong person. But after arriving at the Lin family, he realized that he was looking at the sky from a well. "Especially when I got here, I didn't dare to be presumptuous in the slightest. I thought that Lin Chen was indeed a senior expert. It doesn't match the superficial cultivation level at all." Lin Chen also smiled when he saw Murong Feng. But soon, Shangguan Union was not seen behind him, and his eyebrows suddenly raised slightly. Somewhat unhappy, he asked, "Where is your lady? Why are you here alone?" Murong Feng's body suddenly froze. His face also turned red. After looking at everyone, I felt my scalp numb for a while, but I still said it, "Senior, it's not that the lady doesn't want to come, it's just that the King of Medicine doesn't agree, so I'm the only one coming." After saying this, Murong Feng felt his hair standing on end for a moment. He felt the ultimate coldness from Lin Chen. He immediately explained again and said, "Senior, wait a moment, please listen to my explanation." Lin Chen calmed down a little. Know what must have happened. Dang even said, "Well, you'd better give me a reasonable explanation." Murong Feng immediately breathed a sigh of relief. "That explains the whole story. Senior, after we separated from you that day, we rushed back to Yaowang Valley. Thanks to the half of the white jade Ganoderma lucidum given by Senior, my senior brother's injury was able to be treated. But during the time when we and the young lady left, King Yao sent out invitations to all the major forces, intending to compete for Union's bride. When we go back, the invitations have been sent to all the major forces, and there is no way to take them back. Once he goes back on his word, Yaowang Valley will have offended all the major forces, so Yaowang will not allow Yunyan to come again, and he also hopes that Senior Haihan will do it. The King of Medicine also knows that he feels sorry for the senior, so this time I came and brought a gift from the King of Medicine. Talking, Murong Feng took out a full space bag. Then he took out some of the bottles in front of everyone. While taking it, he said, "Here are the elixirs from my Yaowang Valley, as a thank you gift from my Yaowang Valley to apologize. Ji Yu Yuan Dan, Ling Yuan Dan, Qing Yun Dan, Don Pill." Every time Murong Feng took out something, Xie Dongtian and the others were shocked. These elixirs are usually purchased from Yaowang Valley at great cost. Now it was just an apology and thank you gift to Lin Chen. Let them sigh, it is indeed Yaowang Valley, and it is indeed a big deal. After Murong Feng took out some samples of these elixirs, there was a burst of pride on his face. Among all the big forces within 100,000 miles, only Yaowang Valley has such a big deal. He believed that Lin Chen's anger should be calmed. After all, it was all things that had been agreed upon in the beginning. It was indeed him, Yao Wanggu, who broke the appointment. But things happened suddenly, no one expected such a thing to happen. You can't offend all the big forces within 100,000 miles just because of Lin Chen. No matter how awesome Yaowang Valley is, he doesn't have the guts. At that time, Yaowang Valley may also face a disaster. Lin Zhenshan, Lin Hu, and Lin Chengfeng were watching with their mouths almost drooling. When had they ever seen so many awesome and precious elixirs? Even if the Lin family spent all their wealth before, they might not be able to get one. And now, it was given to Lin Chen in a space bag. You can't help but be jealous. Although Lin Zhenshan didn't know what the reason was, he could clearly tell that it was Yao Wanggu who came to apologize for fear of offending Lin Chen. Lin Zhenshan immediately came to Lin Chen and spoke in a low voice for Yaowang Valley. "Chen'er, I think the people in Yaowang Valley have a good attitude, why don't you forgive them? These pills are enough for my Lin family to consume for hundreds of years." Quote. Lin Zhenshan couldn't help but feel moved. Everything he did was for the entire Lin family. Now these pills are enough for the Lin family to consume for nearly half a year, which is too tempting. Murong Feng also presented it with both hands at this moment, waiting for Lin Chen to take it. However, Lin Chen still waved his hand, pushed open the space bag and said, "It's just some rubbish pills. I don't care about them. I don't care what happens in your Medicine King Valley, but since you agreed to be my apprentice, you will be my disciple for the rest of your life. No matter what the reason is. Overbearing, extremely domineering. This is how everyone feels." At the same time, he also heard that Lin Chen should have accepted the young lady from Yaowang Valley as his apprentice. Because King Yao sent out an invitation, but now he wants to break the contract. But Lin Chen was too tough. He actually would rather break up with Yaowang Valley than accept this apprentice. So many precious elixirs, but they turned a blind eye. Xie Dongtian and others secretly admired him for a while. Only Lin Zhenshan felt sorry for him. But he also fully supported Lin Chen's approach. After all, the Lin family is what it is today, all thanks to Lin Chen. Even if it was a pity, he would support Lin Chen unconditionally. After hearing this, Lin Zhenshan felt heartbroken and said to Murong Feng, "Since Chen'er said this, then go back and tell your Medicine King, and send your lady over quickly, otherwise, you will bear the consequences." After Lin Zhenshan finished speaking, he felt secretly happy. Once upon a time, he was a little piece of trash. To be able to say this to the people of Yaowang Valley now. And Murong Feng didn't dare to refute too much. Just stood there at a loss. Yes, Murong Feng was confused. With such a generous thank you gift, neither Yao Wang nor he thought that it would fail. After all, so many precious elixirs are a huge temptation even for those who are strong in the Qi realm. Murong Feng once guessed Lin Chen's strength. "I thought it was at least the early stage of the Qi realm, and it was possible in the middle or late stages. After all, it was so easy to kill the 3/4 level monsters in an instant. At least it is the cultivation strength of the early stage of Qi realm." But even such a strong person cannot look at these pills without being moved. Lin Chen's performance at this moment made Murong Feng tremble. He felt that Lin Chen might be stronger than he thought. This made Murong Feng couldn't help but curse King Yao secretly. They were only out for a few days. Why did King Yao insist on sending out so many invitations? It ended very badly now. He didn't dare to have any opinions at all. If you dare to call Lin Chen Chener, you must have a very close relationship with Lin Chen. Most likely it's my own family. He didn't dare to refute even more. It's just that my mind is thinking at an extremely fast speed. How can we handle this matter in the best of both worlds? As the saying goes, pressure creates motivation. When his life might be threatened, Murong Feng's eyes lit up and he really thought of a way. When he said to Lin Chen quickly, "Senior, please don't get angry. What happened this time is that I, Yaowang Valley, are not at fault. However, I, Yaowang Valley, can't do anything about it. I have a way. I don't know if Senior is willing to listen." Listen. Lin Chen wasn't really angry. After all, this situation happened suddenly, so he could understand Yao Wang's approach. Hearing this, he nodded. "Okay, you go ahead." Murong Feng breathed a sigh of relief, seeing that Lin Chen was also a sensible person. He did not rush to talk about his plan, but looked at Lin Chen and asked cautiously, "Senior, I would like to ask, how old are you now?" Lin Chen was so weird. The last time I saw Lin Chen was only a few days ago. At that time, Lin Chen was only at the second level of the True Essence realm. But in just a few days, Lin Chen had already reached the fifth level of the True Yuan realm. Murong Feng had been thinking about this matter since he separated from Lin Chen last time. He always felt that Lin Chen might not be as old as he thought. Probably really young. Although this is too scary, he always has this intuition. As soon as these words came out, not to mention Murong Feng, everyone else in the lounge except the Lin family members also pricked up their ears to listen. I want to know what is going on with Lin Chen. Naturally, Lin Chen was too lazy to hide it and said directly, "I am 21 years old this year." What? It's actually true. Including Murong Feng, everyone except the Lin family was shocked. Although 21-year-old 5th level True Yuan realms are rare, there are still some. But for a 21-year-old in the True Yuan realm to kill the Qi realm, this is too exaggerated and terrifying. In an instant, their worldview collapsed. But Lin Chen naturally had no need to lie to them. Zhang Chengdao also had mixed feelings in his heart. But he soon guessed that Lin Chen must be talking about his human age. In my heart, I still thought that Lin Chen was a super strong person from the Dragon Clan. Zhang Chengdao no longer dares to think about other aspects because he can't figure it out at all. Completely incomprehensible. It was beyond his imagination. After a while, everyone finally reacted. Nothing much was said. Anyway, Lin Chen is very strong, so if they can't figure it out, they won't think too much about it. Murong Feng also smacked his lips twice without asking any more questions. But it felt weird. I was already over 100 years old, and I called a young man in his early 20s, senior. Before. After learning Lin Chen's true age, Murong Feng shouted extremely hard. Lin Chen saw what Murong Feng was thinking, waved his hand and said, "Just call me young master, don't embarrass yourself." Okay. Murong Feng felt relieved for a while. Then he said, "Then let me call you Master Lin. Master Lin is truly gifted. His level of genius is beyond my lifetime experience. He is truly the best among men." Murong Feng sincerely flattered him. I know in my heart that such a monster cannot be offended. Fortunately, he wasn't arrogant just now. Then he continued, "In that case, I will tell you my plan and Master Lin will listen." That's what I think. Since Master Lin is so young, and this martial arts competition is to select among the younger generation of disciples, why doesn't Master Lin participate? In this case, with Master Lin's level of evil genius, he will definitely be able to come out on top, and then union will be Master Lin's for you. Murong Feng didn't say a word. If Lin Chen fails to live up to his expectations, he can't blame others. It's hard to be dissatisfied with Yaowang Valley anymore. After all, Murong Feng felt inappropriate for offending such an enemy. This plan can be said to have exhausted all of Murong Feng's brain power. You mean to let me marry my apprentice? Lin Chen felt strange. Murong Feng also knew that this was a bit inappropriate. He explained again, "Master Lin Chen, don't get me wrong. The purpose of this is just to give an explanation to other big forces. If Master Lin comes out on top, of course I will let Master Lin make his own arrangements. At that time, whether it was accepting Union as his apprentice or marrying her, it was all arranged by Master Lin. Hearing what Marong Feng said, Lin Chen also thought for a while. I feel like this method is also feasible. Although it will be a little troublesome, I don't want to cause any big conflicts with Shengguan Union's family because of this. It's not all their fault. After all, he will be his apprentice from now on. Even if he goes to grab it directly, he can't follow him with hatred in the future. Thinking of this, Lin Chen nodded slightly. Okay, that's it, I agree. Marong Feng was immediately overjoyed. As long as Lin Chen agrees, the matter will finally be resolved. As long as Lin Chen can take the lead, Yaowang Valley will also gain an ally like Lin Chen, who is extremely powerful and a genius. Marong Feng even hoped that Lin Chen would succeed. But considering that there were many extremely talented people among those big forces who were much older than Lin Chen, Marong Feng could only hope this way. Okay, thank you very much, Master Lin, for your understanding. I hope you can accept these pills. I can give an explanation to the King of Pharmacy when I go back. As Marong Feng spoke, he handed the elixir to Lin Zhenshan again with both hands. Knowing that Lin Chen might not accept it. But Lin Zhenshan is obviously much better. If the Medicine King knew that no one wanted his precious elixir when he gave it away, he would probably be slapped to death. Lin Zhenshan's eyes suddenly lit up. After looking at Lin Chen and finding that Lin Chen had no objections, he took the spatial bag of pills. Lin Chen didn't feel anything. It's understandable that you'll be in trouble for a while, so you can collect some elixirs. Anyway, Lin Zhenshan took it himself. After Lin Zhenshan accepted the elixir, he said with a smile, Sir, you are a visitor. I guess the wedding ceremony hasn't started so soon, right? If you are not in a hurry, you might as well stay and have a casual meal, so that Chen can some time to prepare. Marong Feng immediately smiled and nodded. Yes, there are still 3 days left for the marriage recruitment meeting. It is still too late to rush back. If you are not in such a hurry, then just follow what the old gentleman said. Okay, the Lin family is throwing a big banquet today. Lin Zhenshan waved his hand. It feels like a double blessing. Not only did a super powerful servant come to Lin Chen. People from Yaowang Valley also came to deliver a large number of precious elixirs. The happiest person is Lin Zhenshan. The banquet was very grand, and it could be regarded as a blessing for Zhang Chengdao and Marong Feng. Lin Chen did not attend. Instead, he returned to his residence. I talked to Xiaozi about the situation. After hearing this, Xiaozi suddenly realized and asked, Master, are you going to be gone for many days? Yaowang Valley is far away from Yancheng. It takes time to go back and forth, and it is impossible to stay in Yaowang Valley for just 1 day. Calculating it like this, Xiaozi suddenly felt very reluctant to give up. Then he said, Then let Xiaozi serve the young master, otherwise the young master will not be used to it. Not to mention, Lin Chen was really not used to it. Hearing this, he thought about it and nodded. Well, you will follow the young master. Yeah, great. Xiaozi happily hugged Lin Chen. I'm used to being with Lin Chen, but I'm really not used to Lin Chen being away for such a long time. Things are simple after that. Simply tidy up, bring some changes of clothes, and Long Qi will naturally follow. When the banquet was over, Marong Feng, Zhang Chengdao and Lin Zhenshan came to pick up Lin Chen. Lin Zhenshan looked at Lin Chen and said, Chen'er, the Lin family still needs me to take charge of it personally, so I can't accompany you. Be careful on the way and come back as soon as possible after finishing your work. Lin Chen nodded lightly and said nothing more. Zhang Chengdao also wanted to follow Lin Chen. At this moment, he stood silently and did not speak. Marong Feng said embarrassedly at this time, When I came here, I used my own spiritual sword to travel. It is a high-grade spiritual weapon, but it can only carry up to 2 people. Master Lin, what means of transportation do you usually use? Yaowang Valley is indeed rich. The general Qihai realm does not have high-grade spiritual weapons, but Marong Feng is only in the innate realm, but he has a high-grade spiritual weapon. However, this high-grade spiritual weapon also has limitations. Although it travels very fast, it can only carry 1 person, or 1 more person. There are so many people like Lin Chen, so naturally they need transportation tools. Murong Feng was also very curious about Lin Chen's means of transportation. Lin Chen didn't have any means of transportation. However, it was so far away from Yaowang Valley, and with Xiaozi in tow, it would really be too slow to travel on your own. Thinking of this, Lin Chen remembered the spirit boat brought by Xiao Yaotum last time. After killing several elders of the Yulin family and Xiao Yaozhong last time, he naturally kept this thing. Just took it out, from small to big in an instant. Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao were shocked. Naturally, he recognized it as a spirit boat. But soon both of them shook their heads. Murong Feng said, I didn't expect that the young master would have such a good thing as the spirit boat. But it's a pity that although this spirit boat is also a top-grade spiritual weapon and can carry more people, the speed is a bit slow. I'm afraid it will take a lot of time. Only then can we get to Yaowang Valley. By then, I'm afraid the marriage recruitment meeting will be over. Does Master Lin have any other means of transportation? Although the spirit boat is good, its speed is much slower than the spirit sword. Otherwise, the people of the Yulin family would not be so slow. But for the Yulin family, this is already the fastest means of transportation. After all, they don't even have spiritual weapons. Hearing what Murong Feng said, Lin Chen also felt that he was a little slow. But he wasn't worried, because he has fire crystal. Fire crystal is an excellent material for refining spiritual weapons. And a small piece of fire crystal can be used to refine the best spiritual weapon. What's more, he has so many, and among them there are many fire crystal stone kings that are concentrated fire crystal stones. That is the material for refining treasure weapons. It's perfect for upgrading this spirit boat. Immediately, Lin Chen took out a space bag from his waist and poured out a lot. Almost all of them are fire crystal stone kings. Said, there is no other means of transportation, and since we are going, let's go together and upgrade this spirit boat. Murong Feng was stunned for a moment, shocked. The tears were almost flowing to the ground. These are all fire crystals. No, it's the fire crystal stone king. There are so many. Murong Feng stared blankly like a beggar. Even the people in the Medicine King Valley have never seen so many fire crystal stone kings. Not to mention the fire crystal king, I have never seen fire crystal. Lin Chen ignored Murong Feng's shock. Finished. Lin Chen's body was ignited with blazing supreme dragon flames, melting the fire crystal stone king directly into the spirit boat. Suddenly, the entire spirit boat was filled with light. In an instant, it reached the level of a top-grade spiritual weapon, and the light became more and more powerful, and it continued to improve its level. Suddenly, the light of the spirit boat suddenly became brighter. It was directly upgraded to the level of a low-grade treasure. Even so, he still didn't stop. Too much. There are too many fire crystal kings. Normally, anyone who gets the fire crystal stone king would not use it like this. As long as you mix other inferior materials when refining the weapon, you can make a treasure weapon. Lin Chen now looked like a big loser in Murong Feng's eyes. Just forcibly upgrade the level of the spirit boat without any money. Only Lin Chen dared to do this. What shocked Murong Feng even more was, where did Lin Chen get so many fire crystal stone kings? Looking at Zhang Chengdao, who didn't feel anything at all, Murong Feng suddenly felt like a country bumpkin. Lin Chen is very generous. There are also many such fire crystal stone kings in the 2 space bags given to Zhang Chengdao. Naturally he was not surprised. You know how many things like Lin Chen have. Just consuming this point is nothing to Lin Chen. But Murong Feng looked extremely distressed. These fire crystal stone kings, if used by a master who is proficient in weapon refining, can completely create a peerless treasure. You don't even need so much, just a random piece is enough. But in Lin Chen's case, it was just used. As Lin Chen continued to melt the fire crystal stone king, he entered the spirit boat. The entire spirit boat turned fiery red. It is covered with a thick layer of red crystals. It looks extremely bright. At the same time, the level of the spirit boat has also been upgraded to the level of a middle-grade treasure. Lin Chen also stopped. It's not that he doesn't have enough fire crystal stone king, but it's already covered and unable to incorporate more fire crystal stone kings. Moreover, he felt that the spirit boat, a medium-grade treasure weapon, was sufficient. When Lin Chen stopped, Murong Feng almost fell to the ground. It was too exciting for him too. For the first time, I felt like a beggar who had never seen the world. Murong Feng looked at the spirit boat in front of him, which was completely composed of fire crystal stone king, with mixed feelings in his heart. A medium-grade treasure. There is not even one in Yaowang Valley. The speed of this spirit boat has completely surpassed the speed of his spirit sword, and it can carry many people. It was even countless times faster than his spirit sword. It is comparable to the speed of a low-grade treasured weapon, the spirit sword. Not on the same level at all. The treasure weapon is so awesome. Murong Feng swallowed silently and quickly looked at the remnants of the fire crystal stone king beside the spirit boat that had melted and could not be integrated into the spirit boat and were now cooling down. After looking at it, Lin Chen had no intention of recycling it. Even if you quietly go over and collect them. Afraid of being robbed by others. Lin Chen was speechless when he saw this scene. He directly threw a piece of fire crystal stone as big as a millstone and went to Murong Feng's side and said, "Don't pick it up. We are acquaintances after all. It's rude to come and go without going back and forth. You gave me many pills from the Lin family, and this fire crystal stone king gave me. You can do it together, I have plenty of them here." This. Murong Feng suddenly trembled with excitement. If he wasn't worried about so many people, he would have knelt down directly in front of Lin Chen. Terrible. So exciting. He had never felt so excited in his life. The fire crystal stone king with the size of a millstone. He only needs to use a small part and spend some money to harvest a treasure. Even if he is willing to spend more fire crystal stone king and find a more powerful weapon refining master, he can definitely obtain a middle grade treasure. The innately strong man is holding a middle grade treasure. What is this concept? It is completely equivalent to an ordinary person carrying a divine dragon and being able to spit out dragon breath at any time. Murong Feng's whole body felt sluggish. Then he thanked Lin Chen repeatedly. "Thank you, Master Lin. This great kindness will never be forgotten. I will be grateful to Master Lin for the rest of my life." Finished. Murong Feng quickly put away the large piece of fire crystal stone. He was afraid that someone would snatch it away from him. Murong Feng even came up with the idea that he might as well quit Yaowang Valley and join the Lin family. After following the Lin family, you will definitely be able to gain access to natural resources and treasures. But soon, Murong Feng temporarily abandoned this idea. If he really did this, King Yao would probably kill him. And once Lin Chen successfully recruits Shangguan Union as his disciple, the two families will become one family from now on. I'm afraid there will be no benefits. Thinking of this, Murong Feng couldn't help but giggle. Lin Chen got goosebumps when he saw it, and he immediately waved his hand and said, "Okay, no need to be so polite, just lead the way." The upgrade of the spirit boat is completed. Lu Murongfang from Yaowang Valley knows it best. After Lin Chen finished speaking, he took Xiao Zibian and jumped onto the dragon boat first. After that, Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao also jumped on. The spirit boat itself can become very large. After going up, Murong Feng took the initiative to ask for help and said, "Master Lin, I can drive this spirit boat. No need to bother Master Lin. Master Lin can rest peacefully." This was Murong Feng's first time touching a treasure of this level, a middle-grade treasure. On the one hand, it was to thank Lin Chen for gifting him the Fire Crystal Stone King, and on the other hand, he also wanted to drive this treasure himself. The spirit boat is different from other treasures. It is an ownerless thing that anyone can control. It's just that people whose cultivation level is too low will quickly run out of spiritual power. It would be easy to fall from the sky and die. But after all, Murong Feng also had the innate Dzogchen cultivation level, so this kind of mistake would not happen. Lin Chen did not refuse. Just having fun and relaxing. Several people got on the spirit boat. Under the watch of Lin Zhenshan and other members of the Lin family, Lin Chen and his group set off towards Yaowang Valley. After the spirit boat upgraded its treasure weapon, it became very fast. After rising into the sky, it turned into a stream of light. A protective shield rises around it to block the air blowing around. It made the spirit boat very peaceful. Yaowang Valley is very far away, and even a medium-grade treasured spirit boat will take a long time. Lin Chen and the others just stayed there with peace of mind. At this time, Xiao Yaotum was also extremely unstable. Jun Wuchen was being scolded by his father. King Tian comes. the headmaster of Xiaoyao Tomb. The cultivation of Zochin in the Qixi realm. Within a radius of 100,000 miles, they are all the strongest. You hang out with that little girl from the Yulin family all day long. Don't forget your identity. You have reached this stage when you are not even 100 years old. In addition to your own talents, it is Xiaoyao Tomb that spares no resources to support you. You are what you are today. Fifth Elder Morong Baichuan and 2 other elders left with you, but you came back alone and brought that woman back with you. I need an explanation. Hearing Zhun Tianline's words, Zhun Wuchen was also shocked. He couldn't figure this out. The 3 elders went to the Lin family with the Yulin family, but there was no news. Among them was 5th Elder Morong Baichuan. Even though he didn't want to admit it, Zhun Wuchen was preparing for the worst. These 3 elders may no longer be alive. Although he couldn't figure out how the Lin family could keep these 3 people, something must have happened that he didn't expect. When he came back this time, he wanted to take more people and go to the Lin family in person. The Lin family must be eradicated. The Lin Chen in Yulanruo's mouth was too terrifying. If this person is not dead, he will not be able to feel at ease. Since I have been offended, I cannot leave such a trouble for Xiaoyao Tomb. Thinking of this, Zhun Wuchen did not hide anything. He informed Zhun Tianline of the matter and expressed his concerns. What, are you telling the truth? Zhun Tianline also frowned for a while. This matter should not be underestimated. If it is true as Zhun Wuchen said, the Lin family must be destroyed. What only shocked Zhun Tianline was that the 3 elders went to the small Lin family and didn't come back. Moreover, Zhun Wuchen's guess is that he is dead. This made Zhun Tianline feel unbelievable. Zhun Wuchen nodded. Dad, this matter is absolutely true. This time when we went to the Lin family, none of the 3 elders from Xiaoyaozhang and the Yulin family came back, so we can't know the specific situation. But I have already made a conjecture in my mind. Although Lin Chen is naturally talented, and may even be far more talented than me, he is still young after all, and his cultivation level is only at the true Yuan realm. No matter how powerful you are, you can't kill the 3 elders of Xiaoyao Tomb and leave them with no chance to escape. Then there is only one possibility. There is someone else who did this. It is possible that Lin Chen has already worshipped a powerful master. Zhun Wuchen thought a lot. It feels like only this guess is closest to reality. Because even if he exhausted all his imagination, he could not imagine how a person in the true Yuan realm could kill the 3 Xiaoyao Tomb elders and everyone in the Yulin family. Zhun Tianline also nodded approvingly. I am very satisfied with Zhun Wuchen and feel that this guess is very possible. Most likely it is the final answer. He added, according to what you said, Lin Chen's talent is so evil, it must be very simple to become a master. A conservative estimate is that his master is at least in the late stage of the Qixi realm. Otherwise, it would be impossible for the 3 elders of Xiaoyao Tomb and the Yulin family to survive. It's even possible that he's not weaker than me. It seems like this Lin family really can't be underestimated. But since you have offended me, Xiaoyaozhang, I will not let you go. As Zhun Tianline spoke, he exuded a sense of majesty and great strength. Zhun Wuchen couldn't help but take a step back. Then he nodded seriously and said, so, I hope you, Dad, will join me and bring the backbone of Xiaoyao Tomb to completely destroy the Lin family. Zhun Wuchen's eyes showed a ruthless look. He would feel uneasy if he didn't kill Lin Chen. He snatched Lin Chen's fiancée, believing that even if he didn't kill Lin Chen would not let him go once he rose to prominence. Zhun Wuchen would not allow this to happen. But he didn't know that Lin Chen didn't care about him at all. At the moment, he is busy going to Yaowang Valley to recruit disciples. Moreover, Lin Chen didn't care about Yulanruo as much as he thought. At this moment, Zhun Wuchen actually felt a trace of regret in his heart. Regret getting too close to Yulanruo. Offended such a potentially powerful enemy. And now this enemy also has a powerful master. But at this moment, it's too late to say anything. Now that the matter has happened, he can only find a way to solve it. After all, no one could have imagined that a Yulanruo would be involved in so many things. After Zhun Wuchen finished speaking, he looked at Zhun Tianline. But Zhun Tianline waved his hand and said, this thing needs to be done, but there is no rush. There are more important things that we need to do these days. This is the invitation sent by Yaowang Valley 2 days ago. take a look. Jun Tianlin handed an invitation to Jun Wuchen. Jun Wuchen took it doubtfully. After reading it, a light flashed in his eyes. Shangguan Union, the daughter of Yaowang Valley, is holding a marriage recruitment meeting. Dad, do you want me to go? Jun Wuchen was also ecstatic. Although Yu Lanruo was nice, at first Jun Wuchen only regarded Yu Lanruo as his favorite woman. In the end, she won't become his real wife. But Shangguan Union, the daughter of Yaowang Valley, was different. Although it is said that Shangguan Union has average talent. But as long as you marry Shangguan Union, you will have a deep relationship with Yaowang Valley. Like a family. This is equivalent to having an extra reserve of elixirs. The future development and growth of Xiaoyaozhong will be immeasurable. Jun Wuchen could tell which one was light and which was heavy. Jun Tianlin smiled and nodded. Yes, Chen'er, your talent is rare in the world. No matter how powerful Lin Chen is, it will take a long time for him to catch up with you. But if he misses this marriage recruitment meeting, it will be forever. This time the Yaowang Valley holds a marriage recruitment meeting, all major forces will inevitably go there, and you can't be left behind. Once you finally come out on top, I will be even more powerful in the future with the help of Yaowang Jiyu and Xiao Yao Tomb. Maybe I can get Medicine King to help me refine the sea-breaking pill. Once I break through beyond the Qi Sea realm, I, Xiao Yao Tomb, will become the largest force within 100,000 miles. It's possible to even get to a higher level in the future. Jun Wuchen was also excited when he heard it. It's like I saw that day coming. The stronger Jun Tianlin is, the more resources he will be able to obtain in the future. He naturally understands the importance. Dang even nodded. Then follow Dad's instructions and go to Yaowang Valley first, and deal with the Lin family's affairs later. Jun Tianlin nodded with satisfaction. Well, Wuchen, you didn't disappoint Dad. Before, Dad thought you were blinded by the girl from the Yulin family. Now it seems that you are still a good son for Dad. Jun Wuchen chuckled. Father, you are serious. If Yulin is the person I love, I know that the reason why she chose me is because of my status and talent. Once I lose these, I will be nothing. In the Tianlong continent, the weak will prey on the strong, but my son, I can still carry these things. Good. Jun Tianlin's eyes shone with admiration. Waving his hand. Then quickly pack up and follow me to Yaowang Valley. Yes. Jun Wuchen just nodded and was about to retreat. Suddenly there was a loud laugh. Ha ha, I didn't expect that my nephew Wuchen, whom I haven't seen for decades, has grown so big, and he is still in the early stage of the Qi Sea realm. He is truly a genius that is rare to see in 1,000 years. As soon as the words fell, a middle-aged man appeared in front of the two of them. There was an evil light in his eyes. Uncle Long. Jun Wuchen's eyes suddenly lit up. Recognize people. But he should be called Uncle, Jun Tianlin's good friend, Long Yazi. Brother Long. I didn't expect that Brother Long would come suddenly after not seeing each other for decades. It's really surprising. Jun Tianlin also felt joyful in his heart. This Long Yazi is stronger than himself. When he was in the late stage of the Qi Sea realm, Long Yazi had already reached the great perfection of the Qi Sea realm. Now that I have reached the great perfection of Qi Sea realm, this one will definitely not be weak. After attending the marriage recruitment meeting in Yaowang Valley, he would take people to the Lin family to kill Lin Chen. He didn't have any information about Lin Chen's unknown master, and he was still a little wary. If we can recruit this Dragon Yazi to deal with him together, the chance of winning will undoubtedly be close to 10%. It was expected that within a radius of 100,000 miles, even if Lin Chen could find a powerful master, he would be at most similar to him. Thinking of this, Jun Tianlin said enthusiastically, Brother Long, you can't leave so quickly this time. You must have a few drinks with me, otherwise I won't be happy. Hearing this, Long Yazi immediately waved his hand. Come on, Brother Jun, I just heard your conversation. Aren't you rushing to Yaowang Valley? There is no time to receive me. Jun Tianlin was surprised. He didn't even know when Long Yazi came, it was really scary. But he soon recovered and said with a smile, Brother Long, why don't you come with us to Yaowang Valley, just to relax, and we can have a drink on the way. Long Yazi did not refuse this time. Just point your finger at a point in the air, and in an instant, countless light points condensed to form a woman's face. Jun Tianlin suddenly trembled. his body trembled slightly and he shouted uncontrollably, conquering spirits from across the air. Yuanshan realm. Jun Tianlin couldn't help but exclaim at this moment. The Yuanshan realm is the realm he has always wanted to reach. Could it be that Long Yazi in front of me has already reached it? He immediately complimented. Congratulations, Brother Long, you are already a strong man in the Yuanshan realm, which puts me to shame. Jun Wuchen on the side also looked at this scene in shock. Entering the Yuanshan realm is tantamount to becoming a strong person beyond common sense and entering another world. The soul will be born in the body. It is extremely terrifying, being able to directly control spiritual power that does not belong to oneself. This move is enough to prove that Long Yazi is far beyond the Qi-Si realm. At least it is no longer in the category of Qi-Si realm. But what shocked Jun Wuchen even more was that the woman's face constructed by Long Yazi turned out to be Yu Lanruo. Jun Wuchen couldn't figure it out no matter what. At this moment, Long Yazi felt proud when he saw the shocked expressions of the two people. But then he waved his hands modestly and said, "It's not the real Yuanshan realm yet, it's just a half step to the Yuanshan realm. Brother Jun and nephew don't need to be so surprised." Hearing this, the two of them suddenly understood. But even so, the two of them were not surprised. As long as you touch the Yuanshan realm, even if it is just half a step, you will no longer be in the same world as them. They were also excited. Long Yazi and Jun Tianlin have been friends for hundreds of years and have a very good relationship. If Long Yazi is asked to help deal with the Lin family, I believe the Lin family will have no chance of escape. At that time, it can be regarded as a big stone removed from their hearts. But Jun Wuchen was still confused and asked his doubts, "Uncle Long, do you know this woman?" Of course, what Jun Wuchen asked about was the woman's face that Long Yazi constructed with spiritual power. Long Yazi shook his head immediately after hearing this. "Of course I don't know him, but I saw him at your house when I came here before. Is this a member of your family?" Jun Tianlin and Jun Wuchen looked at each other and shook their heads at the same time. Jun Wuchen explained, "Uncle Long, this woman is not from my Jun family, but she is quite familiar with my nephew. She is my nephew's confidant." Oh, Long Yazi suddenly frowned slightly and spoke in a longer voice. It made him feel embarrassed. He originally thought that Yu Lanruo was just an ordinary disciple of Xiaoyao Tum, or a servant. Then if he asks for it, it will definitely be easy. Unexpectedly, Yu Lanruo turned out to be Jun Wuchen's woman. This made it a little difficult for him to speak. Jun Tianlin noticed this. "I seem to have some guesses in my mind. However, he has always had a good relationship with Long Yazi, not to mention that Long Yazi is now a half-step Yuanshan realm powerhouse." It made him even more reluctant to break up. What's more, since Yulin's family is gone, Jun Tianlin naturally won't care if Yulin is just a woman. He immediately asked, "Brother Long, if you have something to say, just say it directly. There is no need to be so polite." Jun Wuchen seemed to have guessed something, but he still didn't know the specific reason and didn't say much at the moment. He looked at Long Yazi with a questioning look. Long Yazi no longer hesitated and explained directly, "This woman's physique is very helpful to me. If I feed her a special medicine for 3 days in a row, and then she becomes my cauldron, I can use it to break through to the Yuan Shen realm." Quote, "Nephew, I'm just a woman. As long as you agree, I have a Qi-Si pill I got a few days ago, which can help you break through to the middle stage of the Qi-Si realm. If I really step into the Yuanshan realm, if you need any help, just ask." Long Yazi said seriously. Yu Lanruo has a special physique, which is very important to him. Otherwise, he would not have made such an exorbitant request. And the conditions he gave were also very generous. Not only is there Qi Haidan that can help Jun Wuchen break through. When he reaches the Yuanshan realm, Xiaoyaozhang will undoubtedly have the fighting power of another Yuanshan realm. He won't refuse anything you ask him to do. How could Jun Tianlin and Jun Wuchen not understand this? Especially Jun Tianlin's eyes lit up in an instant. Jun Wuchen was a little hesitant. After all, sending his woman away made him somewhat embarrassed. "I couldn't help but ask, Uncle Long, if Yulin has a special physique, what's so special about it?" Long Yazi did not hide anything and said with a smile, "This woman has an extremely yin body and is very suitable for making a furnace. I think you, nephew, will have a similar feeling when you come into contact with her." When Long Yazi said this, Jun Wuchen also suddenly remembered. When I first saw Yu Lanruo, my body started to throb. At that time, I only felt that Yu Lanruo would be very helpful to his cultivation. But he didn't know that her physique was so special. Even Jun Tianlin didn't notice it. At this moment, both of them were suddenly enlightened. Long Yazi continued with a strange smile on his face. At this time, in the Tianlong continent, the strong have always been respected. After becoming powerful, what kind of woman cannot have one? Nephew, please promise me this time that I will return it to you after I use it up. The cauldron is still very effective and can help you practice. I think you should know how to choose. Jun Wuchen's body suddenly shook when he heard this. How come he doesn't know what to choose? Although Yu Lanruo is the woman he likes, but compared with becoming a strong person, there was nothing he could not throw away. Dang even nodded seriously. Okay. I promise Uncle Long. For Chi Hai Dan, Jun Wuchen directly sold Yu Lanruo at this moment. Good. As expected of my good nephew, in this case, the uncle will not be stingy. This Chi Hai Dan is yours. You can also take this prescription and let this woman take these medicines every day. She will be cured in 3 days. You can pick the fruit. Jun Wuchen looked at the Chi Hai Dan and the prescription handed over by Long Yazi. The last trace of mercy was completely thrown away. He took it without any hesitation. Looking at the Chi Hai Dan in his hand, Jun Wuchen's eyes flashed with excitement and extreme greed. Chi Hayden. Moreover, what Long Yazi took out was not an ordinary Chi Si pill, there was actually a pill pattern on it. Just taking one pill will allow him to break through to the middle stage of Chi Si realm. Later, he went to the marriage recruitment meeting in Yaowang Valley, and with his extraordinary talent, he finally succeeded in marrying Yaowang's daughter. Soon he will advance rapidly in cultivation and become a legend along the way. Thinking of this, Jun Wuchen was already so excited that he couldn't help himself. Immediately, without any hesitation, he took the Chi Hai Dan directly. He couldn't wait any longer. Really, the moment Jun Wuchen took the Chi Si pill, his cultivation soared, reaching the middle stage of the Chi Si realm. It was smoother than he imagined. Then he stood up and looked at Jun Tianlin and Long Yazi, and the three of them burst into laughter. Back to Lin Chen. At this moment, Lin Chen was bored and took out his own 9 Dragons Xuanwang furnace. Since obtaining it, Lin Chen has not had time to refine the elixir. Although there are many elixirs, and the quality is not low, there are even top-notch medicines such as ambergris. But he has no prescription. Although the 9 Dragons Xuanwang furnace can make elixirs by itself, the corresponding elixir must be thrown into it. Otherwise, who knows what the final elixir will be. If the thing is made into poison and eaten, it will really outweigh the gain. When the time comes, who will you find to reason with when you die early? Fortunately, there was someone from Yaowang Valley right in front of me. And he is extremely proficient in alchemy. Lin Chen was not polite and looked directly at Murong Feng and asked, "Do you have any elixirs on you? Let me see." When Murong Feng heard this, he controlled the spirit boat, a medium-grade treasure. On the other hand, he turned his head and looked at Lin Chen in surprise. Although he knew that Lin Chen was powerful, could Lin Chen still make elixirs? This is how they eat in Yaowang Valley. Just now, Murong Feng had a good feel for the speed of the middle-grade treasured spirit boat. It was incredibly fast. He has already begun to dream about the scene where he will obtain the treasure in the future with the fire crystal stone king given by Lin Chen. That's not all about heaven and earth. I was thinking about how to repay Lin Chen. Lin Chen suddenly asked this question, although Murong Feng was puzzled. However, he took out his own prescription without any hesitation. A thick book. There are all kinds of prescriptions on it. These are no secrets in Yaowang Valley. The real secret elixirs are basically in the hands of the Medicine King. Even these very popular elixir recipes require an ordinary person hundreds of years of research to achieve anything. Murong Feng threw the pill recipe to Lin Chen while driving the middle-grade treasured spirit boat. After Lin Chen took it, he started to read it. At the same time, he listened to Murong Feng's reminder. "Master Lin, these are the prescriptions that every disciple of my Medicine King Valley needs to study. They are very numerous and complex. The art of alchemy is broad and profound. The general alchemy forces spend a lot of time on alchemy, so their cultivation is much lower than other major forces. But the alchemy forces that have made great achievements have been passed down for thousands of years and are highly respected. This elixir recipe is the result of thousands of years of hard work from my Medicine King Valley. It cannot be mastered overnight. Master Lin, are you curious about alchemy? Just take a look. Refining some simple elixirs for fun can also cultivate your sentiments. Murong Feng thought carefully. I guess Lin Chen was just curious. After all, he is so young. How could he still be proficient in alchemy when his cultivation level is already so high? That would be too much. At this moment, Murong Feng felt much better as he was sending a favor. Otherwise, I would feel a lot of pressure to receive the gift from the Fire Crystal Stone King. Murong Feng was not wrong, but unfortunately he did not expect that Lin Chen did not need to be proficient in alchemy at all. In other words, he doesn't need to know how to make alchemy at all. As long as you have the elixir recipe, leave everything to Julong Xuanwang Furnace. It is so easy and convenient, and any alchemy can be worth thousands of years of study by the best alchemist in the world. There is no way, the world of cheating is so simple and unpretentious. Lin Chen didn't bother to explain or stimulate Murong Feng. He just nodded and said, well, okay, I understand. Murong Feng said no more and saw that Lin Chen was concentrating on reading the prescriptions, so he did not disturb him. The recipe is easy to remember. Basically, in the Tianlong continent, even a rookie in the body tempering realm can read this elixir once and memorize it. The hard part is practice and mastery. After all, an alchemist consumes a lot of medicinal materials and elixirs. Novice alchemists at the beginning will use the most common medicinal materials to make alchemy. There is no chance to touch the elixir. Later, when his cultivation became stronger and accumulated over time, he dared to use elixirs to make elixirs. Yaowang Valley has gone through so many hardships to get to where it is today. I don't know how many people died while searching for various medicinal materials and elixirs. It can be said that there are too few alchemy forces that can survive. This is also the reason why an alchemy force has a high status even though its cultivation level is not that high. In Tianlong continent, who doesn't want to get some powerful elixirs? It is also extremely terrifying for every force to consume pills. If someone wants to harm Yaowang Valley, I'm afraid many people will stand up and be unhappy. But Lin Chen doesn't have to be so troublesome. He doesn't have any common medicinal materials. The lowest is also a panacea. The elixirs obtained in the Hidden Dragon Valley were all of extremely high grade. However, some low-level elixirs obtained from Zhang Chengdao can now be used. When it was his first time to make alchemy, Lin Chen was on the safe side and tried the effect of the 9 Dragons Xuanwang Furnace first. Following the instructions on the elixir recipe, I poured in a few low-level elixirs. Then he activated Longyan Boruo Gong again. There is nothing more suitable for alchemy than this supreme dragon flame. The 9 Dragons Xuanwang Furnace can absorb all the strange fires in the world. Now there is no flame within itself. Forest dust injection is also required. As Lin Chen injected the supreme dragon flame, the 9 Dragons Xuanwang Furnace started to operate rapidly. The scorching heat emitted was felt by several people around him very clearly. Murong Feng was also curious and watched silently while driving the middle-grade treasure spirit boat. Zhang Chengdao and Xiaozi also looked at them with surprise on their faces. They didn't know that Lin Chen had such an alchemy furnace. It looks very quaint, but soon, they were extremely surprised. Because soon they smelled the fragrance of Dan. And it has an extremely strong red flavor. The fragrance is refreshing, as if it is the most beautiful thing in the world. When you smell it, you feel like you are about to become an immortal. Xiaozi couldn't help but asked in surprise, Master, what kind of elixir are you refining? It's too fragrant. Zhang Chengdao on the side also nodded repeatedly. Yes, young master, I have also seen others making elixirs, and I have never smelled such a fragrance. Don't talk about them. Even Murong Feng, the master of alchemy, stretched his head to look, sniffed the air with an intoxicated expression. Then he blushed and said, Young Master Lin, I have been making elixirs for more than 100 years, but I have never smelled such an elixir. I wonder what kind of elixir this is. And Master Lin, your refining speed is so fast. Have you ever made an elixir before? Lin Chen shook his head when he heard this. No, it's my first time too. I just refined some body tempering pills. Let me take them out and take a look. As Lin Chen spoke, he took out a dozen body tempering pills from the pill outlet of the Nine Dragons Xuanwang furnace. The body tempering pill, as the name suggests, is naturally for people in the body tempering realm. Can help temper the body. The reason why Lin Chen chose to refine the body tempering pill was because Xiaozi was now in the body tempering realm. Although he hasn't practiced for a long time, he is already very powerful. But compared with his own combat effectiveness, it seems very poor. With such cultivation strength, it is impossible to protect oneself. Since he had already made an elixir anyway, Lin Chen naturally wanted to refine some useful elixirs. Body tempering pill. Murong Feng was stunned. He has also refined a lot of body tempering pills. But I have never smelled this kind of fragrance. Master Lin, is this really a body tempering pill? Can you let me see it? They were a little far away, and they were holding on to Lin Chen's hand. Murong Feng couldn't see clearly either. Lin Chen didn't say much and just threw one over. After Murong Feng took it, his body suddenly trembled. Heartbroken, under an instability, the middle-grade treasured spirit boat also swayed. Fortunately, Murong Fu reacted in time and stabilized the spirit boat. But my heart is still in turmoil. Elixir pattern. It's actually an elixir pattern. Does the body tempering pill also have pill patterns? And it's Ju Dao. He had never heard that the body tempering pill could be refined into pill patterns. What shocked Murong Feng even more was that the normal body tempering pill was only earthy yellow, but the body tempering pill refined by Lin Chen was not only different from what he had seen before, it was pure yellow but also had 9 golden pill patterns on it. It doesn't look like a body tempering pill at all. More like a miracle cure that he hadn't seen before. Murong Feng was in a daze while holding the body tempering pill refined by Lin Chen. It felt like seeing a ghost. This was beyond his comprehension. Lin Chen, on the other hand, ignored Murong Feng, who was in a daze. He had already handed the body tempering pill to Xiaozi and said, "Xiaozi, please take this body tempering pill. It should have some effect on improving your cultivation." Xiaozi looked at the beautiful body tempering pill in front of her and nodded happily, taking it without any hesitation. Then he opened his mouth and drank one. Boom boom boom. 4th level of body tempering. 5th level of body tempering. 1st level of the true element realm. In an instant, Xiaozi just took a body tempering pill refined by Lin Chen and directly broke through to the true essence realm. Too fast. Everything happened naturally, and there was no time for others to react. After Xiaozi's breakthrough, Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao looked at this scene in horror. Pills that directly improve one's cultivation are very difficult to refine. Although the body tempering pill is of little use to Zhang Chengdao and Murong Feng. But this kind of elixir cannot be refined by ordinary alchemists. And even if the refining is successful, let alone the pill pattern, even the success rate is not 100%. Those few low-grade elixirs simply cannot refine so many body tempering pills. But Lin Chen did it. And it was beyond imagination. Murong Feng suddenly felt that he was not an alchemist. In front of Lin Chen, he was just a scumbag. The most terrifying thing is that even the finished body tempering pill can only help people improve one level of cultivation. Sometimes I can't even do the 1st level. Unless the previous level is extremely stable, it will be a matter of course. And what does that count now? Just after taking a body tempering pill given by Lin Chen, Xiaozi broke through several realms in a row. He also reached the true element realm. This can no longer be described as a fantasy. There is a well-known common sense among alchemists that no matter how many body tempering pills you take, you will not be able to break through the true essence realm. As the name suggests, the body tempering pill is for those who are strong in the body tempering realm. What on earth is this? Murong Feng had been refining alchemy all his life, but now he was completely confused. And he also knew that although the body tempering pill was powerful, such pills that directly improved one's cultivation would have considerable side effects. Even for some people with weak talents, the effect of taking the body tempering pill is minimal. If you take too much, you will develop drug resistance and it will be useless if you take it again. Otherwise, Shengguan Union would not be in the body tempering realm as a 2nd-generation Dan. This is a gap that cannot be bridged by pills. Thinking of this, Murong Feng looked towards Xiaozi. But another surprising change was discovered. I saw a burst of fluorescence flashing all over Xiaozi's body, and her whole body exuded a burst of charm. There is a vague vision and a shadow is born. Physique. Improved. Murong Feng's eyes almost popped out. Xiaozi's physique and talent are very good. But Murong Feng was from Yaowang Valley and was well informed, so he naturally knew that Xiaozi could only be regarded as a very good person. Within a radius of 100,000 miles, he is considered a genius. But this kind of physique that can give birth to visions and phantoms is something Xiaozi did not have before. And now taking one of the body tempering pills given by Lin Chen has improved his physique. What does that mean? This means that Lin Chen's elixir not only has no side effects, but can also help people improve their physical talent. This can no longer be described as terrifying. It's simply appalling. Murong Feng had never encountered such nonsense in his life. This time I let him touch me like this. It refreshed his three views for hundreds of years. Swallowing hard, Xiaozi also felt that her body was different from before. The smallpox magical power operates more smoothly in the body. The body also became clear for a while, as if it was about to fly. Although it is just an illusion, you can imagine the huge benefits that taking this body tempering pill will bring. Xiaozi suddenly became excited. It was also after reaction that he broke through to the true element realm. Although it is nothing in front of a few people, but just one pill improved her so much that she couldn't help but be excited. Holding Lin Chen in his arms, he jumped up and down for a while. Lin Chen was also slightly surprised at this moment. Although I had known that the 9 Dragons Xuanwang furnace was powerful and could improve the quality of the elixir 1,000 times. But I didn't expect it to be so scary. The elixir prescription given by Murong Feng had a detailed introduction to the elixir's effects. He also knew that the body tempering pill was far from that powerful. Not to mention improving physical fitness, being able to improve a small level of cultivation is a great thing for ancestors to burn high incense. While being hugged by Xiaozi, she was excited and excited. Lin Chen's eyes also lit up. Although Xiaozi's talent and physique are very good, but it has not reached the level of a mortal body. This also made Lin Chen a little worried. Xiaozi's practice would be much slower in the future. Now that the body tempering pill was refined in the 9 Dragons Xuanwang furnace, Lin Chen suddenly had an idea. Since there are no side effects and it can improve the physical fitness, then if Xiaozi eats more, she should be able to reach the immortal body level. Then it will not be worse than Dugu Wanqing and Shengguan Union. Thinking of this, Lin Chen looked at Xiaozi, who had calmed down after being excited, and said, "Xiaozi, try taking these body tempering pills." Xiaozi naturally had a million trust in Lin Chen. Without any hesitation, he directly took the elixir and drank it. Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao were stunned when they saw it. Zhang Chengdao felt slightly distressed. He also saw the effect just now. It was the first time in his life that he saw a pill that could help people improve their physique. I was still thinking of asking Lin Chen for one. Now it's all eaten by Xiaozi. But Zhang Chengdao soon felt relieved. Lin Chen was able to refine it so easily just now, and he will definitely continue to refine it in the future. Murong Feng was in a daze because Lin Chen let Xiaozi eat everything. It made him wonder whether Lin Chen knew how to make alchemy. You can obviously refine such a powerful elixir, but why don't you even know this bit of common sense? How can anyone take pills like this? The power in the elixir is so powerful that if you take so much at once, it will easily explode. He immediately reminded, "Master Lin, you can't take so many pills at one time." But it's too late. Xiaozi has eaten it all. Lin Chen waved his hand and said, "It's okay, don't worry." Lin Chen knew too much about the magic of smallpox. Most people cannot digest the power of so many elixirs at once. Especially the body tempering pill, which directly improves cultivation. But the smallpox magic skill practiced by Xiaozi is different. It is a super skill that surpasses the Tianji skill. Don't worry about these issues at all. And Lin Chen wasn't worried even if something happened to Xiaozi. He has the resurrection charm. And there are two. Even if Xiaozi's body and soul were destroyed, Lin Chen could save her. So it doesn't matter at all. Really. Under Murong Feng's shocked eyes. After Xiaozi took the elixir, her whole body was glowing with blazing light. But the whole person felt relaxed and looked even more radiant. The smallpox magical power was running quickly without any danger at all. Murong Feng reacted after being stunned. What level of skill does this young lady practice? Master Lin Chen's body tempering pill itself far exceeds the power of ordinary body tempering pills. And if you take so much at once, even earth-level techniques may not be able to consume the power so quickly. Murong Feng didn't know what happened today. Too many surprising things happened in front of him. Make him feel like he must be dreaming. After pinching myself hard for a while, I was sure that everything was really happening. He couldn't help but look at Lin Chen, with mixed feelings in his heart. Who is this young Master Lin Chen? Is he really just a genius? Murong Feng's mind was in a mess at the moment. After that, he quickly shook his head and stopped thinking about it. He just silently told himself that Lin Chen was a mysterious and perverted man. Then he looked at Xiaozi, whose strange shadows had turned into entities. At this moment, there are strange flowers all over Xiaozi's body, which look extremely magical. If Murong Feng had some doubts before, he was now convinced. The elixir refined by Lin Chen can indeed help people improve their physique. He almost drooled when he looked at Lin Chen and Xiaozi. But I didn't say much for the time being. Obviously, Lin Chen wanted to help Xiaozi improve her physique. Although Xiaozi was born with strange phenomena, Lin Chen knew that this was still far from an immortal body. Chapter 91. The birth of the immortal body will bring about strange phenomena in the heaven and earth. But Xiaozi is just surrounded by strange phenomena. But despite this, it is already amazing. It would be difficult to find anyone with such a talented physique within 100,000 miles. After all, this was improved by using practical elixirs. Since it can be improved once, it means that it can continue to be improved. That would be terrifying. Maybe as long as there are enough pills, Xiaozi can become an immortal body. Not only Lin Chen thought so, but Zhang Chengdao and Murong Feng also thought so. Both of them took a breath and looked at Lin Chen. Lin Chen had already continued to pour low-level elixirs into the 9 Dragons Xuanwang furnace. He put in all the low-level elixirs for refining the body tempering pill, and also asked for all the low-level elixirs that Murong Feng carried that could be used to refine the body tempering pill. Murong Feng had received such great benefits from Lin Chen, so he naturally had no hesitation. Just watching Lin Chen throw so many elixirs into the 9 Dragons Xuanwang furnace was quite frightening. As an alchemist, he knew very well that he could not invest so many elixirs at one time in refining elixirs. Otherwise, there is no way to control the heat. Not even the king of medicine can do it. And as a person from Yaowang Valley, he carries a lot of low-level elixirs with him. The Julong Xuanwang furnace looks like it is only 1 person tall, but it is actually packed inside. Murong Feng was surprised again, knowing that this stove might be much more powerful than he imagined. The space of Julong Xuanwang furnace is very large, as terrifying as the world. Don't worry no matter how many elixirs you stuff down. As for the issue of heat, Lin Chen was even less worried. He just needs to continue to input the Supreme Dragon Flame into it. Leave the rest to Julong Xuanwang furnace. In the confused and shocked eyes of Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao. There were so many elixirs, and after just a moment of effort, they were all refined into body tempering pills. When Murong Feng saw that all the body tempering pills that came out of the pill mouth were filled with 9 pill patterns, he went crazy. When Lin Chen took out everything and put it on a piece of cloth, Murong Feng couldn't help but asked cautiously, "Master Lin, how many are there?" 356. Lin Chen said lightly. When he took it out, he also found out the quantity. Putting so many elixirs in and refining so many body tempering pills, Lin Chen was not surprised at all. Hiss. Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao both took a breath of cold air. Even a layman like Zhang Chengdao knows that refining body tempering pills has a high failure rate. Even the medicine king cannot achieve 100% success. But Lin Chen did it. So much was refined at once. They all looked at Lin Chen with eager eyes. How could he not know what they were thinking? He smiled and said, "I'll give it to Xiaozi first. If I don't use it up, I'll share some with you later." "What? Thank you, Master." Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao looked at each other, both ecstatic. Although their cultivation levels are very high, they also know how precious this body tempering elixir is. Even if you don't use it yourself, you can keep it and give it to your favorite juniors in the future. You can also take it out to show off. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that this kind of elixir is definitely unique in the Tianlong continent. There are so many here, even if Xiaozi is exhausted, she still won't be able to finish them all. Such a great opportunity made Murong Feng's breathing become rapid. Zhang Chengdao adapted a lot, knowing that following Lin Chen would be the greatest opportunity. Such crazy things have happened not once or twice. Zhang Chengdao stood up straight and couldn't help but groan. Murong Feng on the side looked at Zhang Chengdao enviously. He also wanted to be Lin Chen's servant. Too bloody earned. I'm afraid it won't take long to follow Lin Chen, and his future achievements will be beyond imagination. If he didn't have feelings for Yaowang Valley, Murong Feng would want to kneel down and recognize the top of the mountain right now. Lin Chen ignored these two people's thoughts. He pulled Xiaozi to the piles of pills and said, Xiaozi, take as much as you can. I want to see how far this body tempering pill can improve your physique. Well, thank you, young master. Xiaozi felt infinitely moved in her heart. How could she not see how valuable this elixir was? Lin Chen actually let her be his meal. Xiaozi nodded and started eating. Grab a big handful, just like eating. Xiaozi's cultivation level is still at the first level of True Yuan realm. After all, it is a body tempering elixir, and the elixir is as its name suggests. In terms of improving cultivation, it only has an effect on the body tempering realm. Being able to directly promote Xiaozi to the first level of the true essence realm is already extremely unbelievable. Eating this way is mainly used to improve Xiaozi's physical condition. As Xiaozi continued to take it, the strange phenomena all over Xiaozi became more and more dazzling. If there were only a few flowers before, Xiaozi was soon surrounded by a sea of flowers. There was even a refreshing fragrance coming from Xiaozi's body. I don't know if the elixir fragrance is emitted by Xiaozi because she took too much body tempering elixir, or it is emitted by abnormal phenomena all over her body. Anyway, Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao were already staring blankly. Until the vision on Xiaozi's body stopped changing completely. After taking more body tempering pills to no avail, he stopped. And Long Qi, who had been sleeping since he got on the spirit boat, was also awakened at this moment. She looked at Xiaozi in shock. Master, what's wrong? The pill on the ground is the body tempering pill. Long Qilong's face was twisted in shock. How can you not see such a good thing? I knew that during the time I was asleep, I must have missed something huge. He immediately came to Xiaozi's side and praised, Master is really gifted. Such extraordinary phenomena are rare in our dragon clan. It's dragon. This was the first time Murong Feng heard Long Qi speak. He had been wondering before, why this monster beast looked so much like a dragon. Hearing this now, Lin Chen and Xiaozi looked at Lin Chen and Xiaozi in shock. Completely confused. Don't know what's going on. Standing there in a daze. He didn't know how many times he had been in a daze today. But I didn't dare to ask any more questions. Watching silently. Xiaozi nodded happily when she heard this, but then she looked at Lin Chen with a bitter expression, clutching her stomach and looking at Lin Chen in a grieved tone. Master, my stomach is so full, I can't hold it anymore. Xiaozi was really full after taking the body tempering pill. At this moment, there is still a large amount of medicinal properties that have not been consumed. My belly looks slightly bulging now. Lin Chen also smiled slightly and said, there is no need to eat anymore. You should be at the limit of the body tempering pill that can be improved. Although it has not reached the level of the immortal body, it is very close. Well, thank you, young master. Xiaozi nodded happily. No one felt it more clearly than she did. At this moment, she felt that although she was still at the first level of the true Yuan realm, the Dantian in her body had expanded a lot, and she was much stronger than before. Lin Chen nodded and continued. Xiaozi, you should practice with peace of mind to completely digest the body tempering pill, and then you can take some later. Lin Chen had made plans. He had a lot of elixirs in his body. And they are all high-grade elixirs. It is completely capable of refining the true essence pill. There are two types of formulas for Junyuan Dan. One is an inferior true essence pill refined from mid-level elixir. It can barely help the true Yuan realm improve its cultivation. Only with good luck can you advance to a small level. Otherwise, you have to eat several pills before you can improve your level. The true Yuan Dan refined from high-level elixirs can steadily improve a small realm. However, there are limitations. The true Yuan realm can only be taken once. Resistance will develop. But what Lin Chen refined was different. He is also looking forward to the true Yuan Dan refined in the Nine Dragons Xuanwang furnace. Thinking of this, Lin Chen did not forget his previous promise. Although Xiaozi had tried her best to take those body-tempering pills. But I was full after only eating more than 70 pills, and there was still a large amount of body-tempering pills with 9 lines of pills left. There are more than 200. He had previously promised Merongfeng and Zhang Chengdao to share some with them, so he would naturally not break his promise. Seeing Zhang Chengdao and Merongfeng's salivating eyes, Lin Chen was not stingy. Pointing directly at the large amount of body-tempering pills left, he said, 50 pills for each of you, count them by yourself. I had thought that Lin Chen would be generous, but I never thought that Lin Chen would be so generous. Just let them each pick 50. What a great opportunity this is. They suddenly became excited. The reason why Lin Chen was so willing was that the elixir had no effect on him, and the elixir he used just now belonged to both of them. This is what they deserve. Thank you, Master. Thank you, Master Lin. The two of them shouted loudly and started counting their pills excitedly. Merongfeng poured some spiritual power into the medium-grade treasured spirit boat, which allowed the spirit boat to travel straight in the air for a period of time, so he hurried over to pick it out together. Soon everyone picked 50. When Lin Chen saw that the two of them had chosen, Lin Chen gave it to Longqi, who had been drooling with envy, and then put away the remaining body-tempering pills. It can also be used by the Lin family after returning home. There are more than 100 left. It is enough to create hundreds of masters who are at least the 5th level of the body-tempering realm, and even the true Yuan realm. Thinking of Lin Zhenshen's excited look at that time, Lin Chen couldn't help but smile. After Long Qi took the body-tempering pill refined by Lin Chen, his body also experienced a huge earthquake and a flash of light. The dragon's physique is a top-notch physique. At this moment, he looked even more powerful. It's obviously helpful for Long Qi too. Long Qi never dreamed in his life that one day he would eat rubbish like body-tempering pill. And this thing actually works so well for him. It feels like its physique has also improved. Maybe he will surpass the dragon's physique and become an unknown existence. Thinking of this, Long Qi was also excited. After casting a grateful look at Lin Chen, he digested the body-tempering pill with peace of mind. Lin Chen was not in a hurry to refine the true Yuan pill after that. Instead, he looked at Zhang Chengdao and Merongfeng. The purpose of these two people for this body-tempering pill is obvious, they just want to see if it can help them improve their physique. Lin Chen also wanted to know if it was possible. After the two got the elixir, they took one out and stuffed it into their mouths. Fortunately for Zhang Chengdao, with the technique given by Lin Chen, the effect of a body-tempering pill was consumed in an instant. Merongfeng's skills were just earth-level rubbish, so he couldn't compare with Zhang Chengdao. I can only sit cross-legged on the ground and start practicing digestion. Lin Chen could only observe Zhang Chengdao. It was exactly what they thought. This body-tempering pill can not only help Xiaozi improve her physique, but the same for them. Zhang Chengdao's body flashed with light. Physical fitness has also been greatly improved, and the whole person looks more radiant. Make his eyes light up. So excited, even if you continue to take the body-tempering pill. When Lin Chen saw Merongfeng being so slow, he used his own strength to gain some space from Merongfeng. Instantly, Merongfeng's digestion speed greatly increased. He opened his eyes and thanked Lin Chen. He quickly used Lin Chen's power to almost reach the same digestion speed as Zhang Chengdao. At the same time, Merongfeng was also shocked to discover a problem. His skill level has actually improved. Originally, he was only practicing a mid-level earth-level technique, but now he has reached the upper-level earth level. This made him even more shocked and overjoyed. While I was grateful to Lin Chen, I was also grateful to King Yao. This time, thanks to him sending himself here to apologize, otherwise he wouldn't have had such an opportunity. As the two of them continued to digest the body-tempering pill. In a short time, the two of them had each consumed 20 body-tempering pills refined by Lin Chen. They all stopped for a moment, looked at each other and shook their heads. Lin Chen felt strange for a while, looked at the two of them and asked, "What's wrong with you? You've all upgraded to a strange physique, why don't you continue?" At this moment, the two of them also experienced a strange phenomenon similar to Xiaozi's before. Only in a very small area around the body, it is completely incomparable to Xiaozi. But it is far more than the previous physique. Today, the two of them have been reborn, and their achievements will be even higher in the future. There were still body tempering pills, and both of them stopped unexpectedly. Lin Chen was a little puzzled. Zhang Chengdao explained helplessly. "Young master, it's not that we don't want to continue, but that we can't continue. Because we are all very young, our bodies have already solidified, and there are no more possibilities. The 20 body tempering pills refined by the young master are already at their limit, and we cannot continue to improve our physique." Murong Feng also nodded and said, "Dao Zhongzhong is right. The body tempering pill refined by Master Lin really has the effect of overcoming the heaven and earth. I have never heard of it. I have benefited a lot today and I am very satisfied. Although it is a bit regretful." But Murong Feng was very open-minded. Physical fitness has been greatly improved. The road to cultivation will be much smoother in the future. Although he cannot continue to improve compared to Xiaozi, it is still very good. It made him wonder. And the remaining 30 will not be wasted. He still has disciples in Yaowang Valley. Moreover, if you take out this elixir and show it to others, he will become a star among the stars. It could be said that he didn't know how to thank Lin Chen. Even if Lin Chen asked him to go up mountains of swords and seas of fire, he would not hesitate. "I just felt guilty." Zhang Chengdao also figured it out quickly. Said, "Thank you young master for your care and blessings. I can't thank you enough. We are already very satisfied." Lin Chen was also stunned at this moment. The two of them have worse foundations than Xiaozi, and they have already lived for so many years. To be able to improve to such an extent is already the limit. It's normal to be unable to improve. Lin Chen nodded. "Then you just stay aside, I will continue to make alchemy." Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao looked at each other. They all saw the shock in the other person's eyes. Murong Feng was even more surprised. "I had to drive the spirit boat before, but I didn't have the opportunity to watch Lin Chen make alchemy. It's not very realistic." At this moment, he already regarded Lin Chen as a master of alchemy, and wanted to observe it carefully, maybe he could understand something. After Lin Chen finished speaking, he ignored the two of them. "Return to the Kowloon Xuanwang furnace again. Just stuff the large amount of high-level elixirs you carry into it. Pour all the high-level elixirs that can be used to refine the true essence pill into the remaining space bag on your waist. Enough to form a small mountain." Zhang Chengdao was fine. Of course he knew how rich Lin Chen was. Murong Feng was stunned when he saw it, and his mouth was watering 3,000 feet. As a person from Yaowang Valley, he usually only has some low-level elixirs. There are only a handful of intermediate elixirs, no more than 5. High-grade elixirs are treasures in Yaowang Valley. But it's like having no money here in Lin Chen. For a moment, Murong Feng felt like a beggar again. Standing there for a moment in embarrassment. However, he still did not forget his purpose. He quickly stared at Lin Chen making elixirs. He originally thought that Lin Chen's alchemy seemed simple, but if he got closer, he would be able to see a lot of amazing techniques. But when he saw that Lin Chen simply put some of his own flames on the stove, he made no other moves. It made Murong Feng almost crazy. Is this definitely refining elixirs? Master Lin, could it be that this is a new type of alchemy method? It seems simple, but it is actually unpredictable. Young Master Lin must have received the inheritance from some senior super alchemist. I can't see any clue at all. Even if Murong Feng was killed, he would never have thought that there would be such a heaven-defying thing as the 9 Dragons Xuanwang furnace in the world. Naturally, he pictured Lin Chen receiving the inheritance from a senior super alchemist. And when Lin Chen quickly completed the refining, Murong Feng became even more confident. He silently muttered in his heart, "As expected of Master Lin, he is truly the chosen one. He is so mysterious that no one can see through it. Is this the elixir refined by Master Lin? Another 9 elixir patterns." Murong Feng knew how terrifying it was to be able to create pill patterns through alchemy. Even with his knowledge, he has never seen the effect of alchemy producing alchemy patterns. Not even the Medicine King of Medicine King Valley can do it. Not to mention the 9 elixir patterns. This is already the stuff of legend. Murong Feng knew that if the people of Yaowang Valley knew about this, they would probably perform worse than him. It's possible to just collapse on the ground. Just like the previous refining of the body tempering pill, there were too many lines on the pill, and it was different from the original color of the true yuan pill. At this moment, Murong Feng could only see that this pill was very powerful, but he did not know that it was the true yuan pill. If you don't understand, just ask. Murong Feng's little heart was beating wildly as he watched Lin Chen take out a large amount of true essence pills and pile them there. He asked cautiously, Master Lin, I wonder what kind of elixir you are refining this time. It can't be the true yuan elixir, right? At this moment, Murong Feng thought of the elixirs that Lin Chen had brought out. When combined, they are not just the materials for refining the true yuan dan. Thinking of this, Murong Feng couldn't help but swallowed hard. The body tempering pill with the 9 pill patterns was so terrifying. If it was the true yuan pill, Murong Feng couldn't believe it. The key is that the amount is too large. It far exceeds the previous number of body tempering pills, and the pill formation rate is 100%. There are nearly 1,000. Zhang Chengdao was also watching from the side like a curious baby with his head stretched out. Why didn't he want to know? The elixir refined from so many high-level elixirs is probably much stronger than the body tempering elixir. Zhang Chengdao was drooling when he saw it. Lin Chen nodded when he heard this, but he didn't hide anything. Yes, it's the true essence pill. You can't use it up anyway. If you like it, you can take it yourself. With so many true essence pills, it seemed like they were free of charge, so Lin Chen was simply more generous. This made Zhang Chengdao and Murong Feng breathe quickly and their chests rise and fall rapidly. He immediately pounced on him. Not too much. Still, one person selected 50. That's enough for them. After taking it, I couldn't wait to take it. I want to see if this new true essence pill can help them continue to improve their physique. Soon they were shocked to discover that it could indeed. It's just that after taking 2 true essence pills, he can no longer improve. It just made the scope of the vision around him a little larger, but it was still very different from Xiaozi's. Or is it their own foundation that limits them? But even so, they were very satisfied. At the same time, he looked at Xiaozi. Unlike them, Xiaozi has more possibilities. Obviously, these true yuan pills refined by Lin Chen were prepared for Xiaozi. Xiaozi's face turned bitter at this moment. She had just finished digesting all the previous body tempering pills. Although my belly is no longer bulging at the moment, I still feel anxious when I think about it happening again. Lin Chen smiled when he saw this scene and said, I didn't have any experience just now. Let's just eat less this time. Xiaozi thought about it, then came to the piles of Junyuan Dan, grabbed a handful and put it in her mouth. In an instant, the vision around Xiaozi was born again. It permeated the entire middle-grade treasure vessel, the spirit boat. Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao looked envious. At the same time, Xiaozi's cultivation level was also soaring. The second level of the true essence realm. The third level of true element realm. The fifth level of the true essence realm. Innate early stage. In just a short moment, Xiaozi's cultivation level directly broke through to the innate realm. Everything fell into place. Even the realm is extremely stable. There are no side effects at all. You can continue to improve your cultivation. Murong Feng felt like he was going crazy. Everything today refreshed his worldview as an alchemist. I had never thought that a person could improve his cultivation level so quickly in one day by taking pills. Zhang Chengdao also felt uncomfortable for a while. Both of them came step by step. It took them almost 100 years to reach the innate realm. But because Xiaozi hugged Lin Chen's thigh, she was so favored by Lin Chen that he specially refined the elixir for her. In just one day, it was a direct success. They wished they could become Xiaozi. But soon both of them were relieved. Xiaozi's good luck made her lucky enough to be favored by Lin Chen. I can't envy this kind of thing. Xiaozi also didn't expect that she would be born with such ease. Took a handful of elixirs. There weren't even too many obstacles, and I succeeded so easily. But there was no time to thank Lin Chen. At this moment, there is still a large amount of true essence elixir that has not been digested. She ate a dozen pills at once. He quickly sat cross-legged on the ground to digest. With her previous experience, she didn't want to have a bloated belly again. As Xiaozi digests, the vision around Xiaozi began to change rapidly again. Originally, it was a large distance that filled the surrounding sky. At this moment, it expanded rapidly, spreading rapidly to the surroundings, and the entire sky seemed to have turned into a world of flowers. At the same time, waves of fragrance came and filled the entire sky. Everyone on the middle-grade treasured spirit boat could hear it clearly. Xiaozi continued to take the true essence pill while digesting it. Because of her experience with the body tempering pill, Xiaozi stopped after taking 60 true yuan pills refined by Lin Chen. She felt that this was the limit that the true essence pill could improve. Her physique has once again been greatly improved. Although she is in the early stage of innate state, she feels that she can compete with the late stage innate state. This is the improvement brought about by a strong physique. Lin Chen was also happy to see it. Xiaozi has not reached the stage of immortal body at this moment. But it's already great. After Dugu Wanqing awakened her immortal body, she could surpass the half-step Qi realm at the early stage of Shantian. With hard work, she could even be on par with the early stage of Qi realm. And the further you go to the back, the more powerful it becomes. The realms crossed are also greater. Although today's Xiaozi is not as good as Dugu Wanqing's immortal body. But Lin Chen was confident. Continue to help Xiaozi improve her physical fitness. At this moment, Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao were speechless with envy. I know how terrifying Xiaozi's physique is now. The achievements in the future will be amazing. Xiaozi finished digesting it and did not feel the same embarrassment as last time. He came over and hugged Lin Chen, feeling extremely excited. Master, I feel so powerful now. Lin Chen nodded. You will be even more powerful in the future. With the young master here, I promise to upgrade you to the immortal body today. Immortal body. Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao looked at each other and knew what Lin Chen was going to do. They must refine more powerful elixirs to help Xiaozi improve her physique. Thinking of this, they were also excited. Lin Chen's alchemy skills were beyond Murong Feng's knowledge. Every time it is refined, the amount is extremely terrifying. Just throw a little bit at them as rubbish and it will benefit them for a lifetime. Even if they drink some soup, it's a great opportunity. Thinking of this, everyone looked at Lin Chen excitedly. At this moment, a huge dragon roar suddenly sounded. Long Qi, who had been silently consuming the body tempering pills before, suddenly made a noise. The whole body was suspended in the air quickly, and then quickly grew in size. In an instant, he became a behemoth. Long Qi belongs to the teenage years in the dragon clan itself. And it's a hybrid dragon. It has unlimited possibilities in itself. By taking the body tempering pill refined by Lin Chen, an evolution was completed at this moment. The originally huge body became even bigger again, and the originally huge black and red body also underwent some changes. It looks more powerful. It looks more and more different from Shenlong. It was as if a new path had been opened. The original dragon claw also grew an extra one. It looks like a peerless ferocious beast. Not to mention Zhang Chengdao and Murong Feng, Lin Chen was slightly surprised when he saw them. Unexpectedly, the elixir he refined not only had an excellent effect on Xiaozi, but also had such a heaven-defying effect on Long Qi. After a pleasant dragon roar, Long Qi felt his own strength. Originally, he had always doubted whether he was a dragon. I don't think of myself as a complete dragon from the bottom of my heart. But at this moment, it no longer has such thoughts in its heart. One was the encouragement Lin Chen gave it last time. And at this moment it feels powerful. I am afraid that I will surpass the dragon clan it belongs to in the future. It's just an instinctive feeling. This dragon roar is more like venting out years of dissatisfaction. After the dragon roared, Long Qi's body shrank rapidly, changed back to its previous appearance, and came to crawl in front of Lin Chen. Thank you, Master, for giving me the elixir. I will follow you for the rest of my life. Although it was previously discussed that Long Qi would follow Lin Chen for 1,000 years. But since following Lin Chen, Long Qi has gained too many benefits. He vowed to follow him for the rest of his life. Lin Chen waved his hand gently, pointed at the true yuan pill that had not been put away, and said, "You don't have to be so polite when you follow me. The body tempering pill has limited efficacy. This True Yuan pill should continue to help you improve. Go eat. Long Qi's two dragon eyes suddenly lit up. Drool was all over the floor. Thank you, master. After another thank you, Long Qi went to eat the True Essence pill. Eating 70 or 80 pills in one bite is enough for it to digest for a long time. Seeing Long Qi continuing to digest the True Yuan pill quietly there, Lin Chen was not idle either. With just a little difference, Xiaozi can be upgraded to the immortal body. And it can also help her improve her cultivation. Lin Chen didn't hesitate at all. Take out all the top elixirs on your body. A lot of it piled up into a hill again. Seeing this, Murong Feng pinched himself hard before resisting the urge to go up and grab a handful. Lin Chen had given Zhang Chengdao a lot before, and he wanted to take it out, but Lin Chen stopped him and said, "You won't need so much, these are enough." Lin Chen wants to refine the Shantian pill, an innate elixir that can help those in the innate realm improve their cultivation. This kind of thing is rare and extremely precious in Yaowang Valley. How many people have been waiting in the Yaowang Valley to obtain an innate elixir? Especially those powerful people in the late Shantian stage, if they could get an Shantian pill, they would be willing to commit themselves to Yaowang Valley. One can imagine how precious the Shantian pill is. Just from Lin Chen's own top elixir, he calculated that he could refine no less than the amount of True Yuan Dan. Since it has been given to Zhang Chengdao, there is no need to use it again. And apart from the top elixirs for refining Shantian pills, he still has many top elixirs. That would be even more unnecessary. Zhang Chengdao also knew this, so he said no more. Together with Murong Feng, they looked at Lin Chen with hopeful eyes. Lin Chen didn't waste much time. Under the gaze of several people, they copied the gourd and painted the ladle again. In a short time, the refining was completed. Soon after leaving the Danko, there were piles of Shantian Dan. Lin Chen put the remaining Junyuan pills that Long Qi had eaten into the space bag, and put all the Shantian pills on it. The number of True Essence pills is no less than before. Everyone watching was breathing rapidly. However, Zhang Chengdao and Murong Feng also understood that Lin Chen was mainly refining it for Xiaozi. They all watched silently, even though they were very impatient and didn't say much. Lin Chen looked at Xiaozi. "Eat it, Xiaozi, you should be able to break through the Qi realm in no time." Xiaozi was in a daze when she heard this. Her status in the Lin family is different now. Naturally, he knows everything about cultivation. What level is the Qi realm? Everyone who can become a strong person in the Qi realm was a genius when they were young. Even so, most people would have to spend hundreds or even hundreds of years to achieve the Qi realm. But she was about to reach it in one day. No, to be precise, it only takes a while. Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao were not to mention envious. Xiaozi herself felt very unreal. In my heart, I was happy that Lin Chen was treating me well, but I still walked over a little cautiously, grabbed a handful of Shantian Dan, and started eating it again. The middle stage of innateness. The late stage of innateness. Innate Zochan. Early stage of Qi realm. Almost in a short moment, Xiaozi quickly broke through to the Qi realm. Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao, who were watching on the side, were trembling in their hearts. Zhang Chengdao was fine. After all, it is already the early stage of the Qi realm. It's not that embarrassing. Murong Feng was helpless. At such an old age, one can see how young Xiaozi is. He is actually not as good as a little girl. It's really fate that makes people happy. He just watched helplessly as a little girl's cultivation improved from the body tempering realm to the air sea realm. And there were no side effects at all. He knew that the really scary thing was Lin Chen. At this moment, Murong Feng couldn't help but think of a question: what if Lin Chen went to refine the Qi pill, or even the sea-breaking pill? How terrifying would that be? The success rate of refining these two types of elixirs is extremely low. Moreover, elixirs are no longer useful, and specially refined elixirs must be used. These things are rare in Yaowang Valley. Yao Wang once refined some Qi Dan. According to what Murong Feng knew, only Yao Wang had this kind of thing, and there would be no more than 5 pills. Those are the foundation of Yaowang Valley. Unless there is a critical moment on weekdays, it is impossible for the King of Medicine to take it out. As for the sea-breaking pill, Medicine King doesn't have it either. One is that precious medicine is too difficult to come by. One is that the success rate is too low. If it fails by then, King Yao may be angry to death. When Murong Feng observed the present, he discovered a very terrifying problem. That was Lin Chen's refining of elixirs, which had never failed once. If he followed his guess and it was accurate, Lin Chen would probably have the same result when he refined the Qi Si pill and the Sea Breaking pill. There is no need to even refine the Sea Breaking pill. The elixir refined by Lin Chen automatically had the effect of the Sea Breaking Dan. It can directly help people achieve breakthroughs across realms. With such a terrifying level, Murong Feng was already thinking that when he went back and told King Yao about this, King Yao might be scared to death. Think of this. Murong Feng felt excited. Lin Chen didn't know if he had enough precious medicine, but there was it in Yaowang Valley. Once Lin Chen doesn't have it, Yaowang Valley will be able to provide it. At that time, as long as they get a small amount of Qi Hai Dan, Yaowang Valley will be able to use it. Murong Feng suppressed his excitement and looked at Xiaozi, who was still consuming the power of the innate elixir. The terrifying vision appeared again. No, to be precise, it is a more terrifying vision. The effect of the Shantian pill is far greater than that of the true Yuan pill. The improvement of Xiaozi's physique can be said to be like a flood. At that moment, the entire sky was filled with visions of various flowers. Brilliant blooms in the sky. Hundreds of miles around are covered with flowers. Below the middle-grade treasure spirit boat passing by, some people in the city couldn't help but look up. Because the spirit boat is still moving. The vision also moved, causing the scope of the vision to continue to expand. Soon it stretched for nearly 1,000 miles. At the same time, the laws of heaven are also appearing in the sky. This is a scene that only occurs when the immortal body awakens. At the same time, there was a burst of fairy sounds. Like fairies playing in the air. It's the law of heaven. Brother Murong, meditate quickly. Zhang Chengdao's eyes lit up. He quickly urged himself to sit down first. Murong Feng also realized that he must not miss this opportunity. At the same time, people passing by in various cities below also exclaimed, "Oh my God, this must be a miracle. God appeared and I felt my body throbbing. My cultivation level has broken through. There is an immortal body awakening. The person riding on the treasured spirit boat is not something we can get involved with. It seems that he is the proud son of a certain powerful force. Hurry, hurry, this is the law of heaven. If you miss it, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Order all my disciples to meditate and practice immediately." Those who understood and those who didn't, all began to practice after seeing the strange phenomenon caused by Xiaozi. Don't want to miss this opportunity. Because Xiaozi was constantly moving while awakening her immortal body. Therefore, the time for the laws of heaven to appear in one place is very short. But for many people, it may also be the greatest opportunity they have ever encountered in their lives. After all, not everyone is as lucky as Zhang Chengdao and Murong Feng. Riding the same spiritual boat with Lin Chen Xiaozi. Time passed slowly. It didn't take long. Xiaozi thoroughly digested all the Shantian pills she took. No matter how much she took, it was useless. It has also completely evolved and upgraded to the immortal body. Not weaker than Dugu Wanqing. Lin Chen nodded silently. What he promised was accomplished. And Xiaozi's achievements in the future are beyond imagination. Xiaozi slowly opened her eyes and felt her own fairy body. Feeling your own strength. He had just turned 20. Now he has become a strong person in the Qi Si realm. Xiaozi felt unreal. It even felt like this power didn't belong to her. Now, although she is in the early stage of the Qi Si realm, she feels that she can easily defeat the strong men at the top of the Qi Si realm. This is the power of the immortal body. The further you get to the back, the stronger it becomes. It can even cross a large realm to defeat the enemy. Because the immortal body was awakened by pills, Lin Chen didn't know the name of Xiaozi's immortal body. But few people cared about this. Just be strong and that's it. Even Zhang Chengdao, who also practiced Lin Chen's skills, would not be Xiaozi's opponent now. Although Zhang Chengdao can now fight with people across several realms. But the later it gets, the weaker it becomes. But Dugu Wanqing and Xiaozi, who have immortal bodies, can't. They will go strong all the way. Zhang Chengdao also felt this. He knew that he was no longer a match for the little girl in front of him. It's really infuriating that people are so different from each other. Needless to say, Zhang Chengdao was envious. At this moment, the laws of heaven are slowly disappearing. Murong Feng stood up and shook his head and sighed. Just a little bit. He can also break through. Even if it's just a half-step breakthrough to the Qi realm, it would be great. It's a pity that it's just a little bit different. Murong Feng was furious. I feel like life is full of ups and downs. I am even more envious and jealous of Xiaozi. But soon, Murong Feng no longer had such thoughts. Lin Chen pointed at the Shantian pills on the ground and said, "You can pick some for yourselves. I will take them in again later." "Thank you, Master." "Thank you, Master Lin." The two of them said thank you so many times today. But it still didn't hinder their excitement. If possible, they would risk their lives to repay Lin Chen. This time they only took 20 pieces each. Because I know that this innate elixir is far more precious than the previous 2 elixirs. Murong Feng even felt that the effect of this Shantian pill was stronger than the Qihai pill. Help people improve their physical fitness. This is something that no elixir has. Murong Feng had never even heard of it. After taking it, I couldn't wait to take one. Their physiques once again received some improvement. But it's far behind compared to Xiaozi. And after just taking one pill, there was no reaction after taking another pill. They knew that it was impossible for them to upgrade their physique to the immortal body like Xiaozi. I only blame myself for my limited cultivation at my age, because my body has already aged. But what still surprised Murong Feng was that he and Xiaozi were the same when it came to improving their cultivation. He originally had the innate Zochin cultivation. After taking the Shantian pill refined by Lin Chen, he instantly broke through to the early stage of Qi realm. He even crossed half a step to the Qi realm. 100% chance of breakthrough. And there are no side effects. With such a heaven-defying effect, Murong Feng took the remaining Shantian pill in his hand. Quickly and nervously put it away carefully. The palms of my hands were covered in sweat. These pills are enough to help Yaowang Valley create nearly 20 Qi realm powerhouses. You know, there are quite a few innate experts in Yaowang Valley. There are no fewer than 10 Shantian Zochin. With this elixir, Yaowang Valley will become the top force within 100,000 miles, even if it puts aside the name of the alchemy force. There is no need to be so polite when maintaining a relationship in the future. After all, no matter how respected Yaowang Valley is, people don't dare to offend casually, but they still need to make themselves stronger. Only if you have strong strength is the safest way. Murong Feng and King Yao have known each other for hundreds of years. You could say the relationship is deep-rooted. Yaowang Valley is his home. He had no intention of keeping it all to himself. At this time, Long Qi, who had been digesting, also consumed all the power of the true Yuan pill. Another dragon roar. The body rises into the air. The body size becomes larger. If Long Qi's body was only 100 meters long before, when he took the body tempering pill, it had doubled in size, reaching 200 meters. But now after taking the true essence pill, his body has become extremely huge, with a length of 500 meters. Simply huge and boundless. After the dragon roared, the dragon was about to come down. Lin Chen directly stopped him and said, "There is no need to come down, continue to evolve, you can take this pill." After Lin Chen finished speaking, he waved his hand. Dozens of Shantian pills rose into the air and were delivered to Long Qi's mouth. The deafening voice of Long Qi came, "Young master is so kind." After that, they will continue to digest and evolve the innate elixir. In the meantime, the dragon has become smaller, and it has been suppressing its own changes while digesting. It cannot be seen if it does not appear. At this moment, the direct body is evolving in the air. It can be clearly seen that Long Qi's body continues to grow in size in the air. The dragon scales are also becoming more and more shiny. At the same time, the dragon's claws continue to grow from short to long. The spiritual power Murong Feng had injected before was almost consumed. He quickly controlled the mid-grade treasured spirit boat to stop temporarily, waiting for the dragon to complete its evolution. Watching this scene in shock. It's really a dragon. Who is young Master Lin? He is too mysterious. Fortunately, I was very polite when I went to the Lin family before. Otherwise, once young Master Lin gets angry, Yaowang Valley, will also be in bad luck. Murong Feng couldn't help but feel happy and silently wiped away the cold sweat. This went on for a while. Dragon's evolution has just stopped. A lot has changed. The originally bloated body now became much slimmer. But it is not as slender as an ordinary dragon. It seems that the fat has been removed and it has become more majestic. The black and red dragon flames on his body burned fiercely, and the surrounding sky was distorted by the burning. The dragon's claws, which originally had only 3 claws, have now evolved into 6 claws after several evolutions. The body length also stretches for thousands of meters. The dragon's tail alone is hundreds of meters long. The dragon roars constantly as it hovers in the sky. It made people in many cities below tremble. The monsters were crawling on their knees one after another. When it calmed down, Long Qi noticed the changes in himself, and his eyes shed tears of excitement. It fell to the ground below and turned into a small lake. It's so exciting. The 6-clawed divine dragon is an extremely explosive existence in the dragon clan. The 5-clawed dragon will inevitably grow into an elder-like figure in the future. The 6-clawed divine dragon is a talent only possessed by the leader of the dragon clan. The dragon race is different from other races. The number of claws is fixed at birth. It is difficult to grow later. Keep getting stronger with age. The more claws, the more powerful it is. Long Qi can imagine that when he returns to the dragon clan, those dragon clan who once looked down on him will eventually become a laughingstock. Then it will be avenged. But now it needs to continue to improve itself. The Long Yanbo Ruo Gong given by Lin Chen was enough to allow him to surpass the time required for natural growth in a short period of time. It is undoubtedly becoming more powerful today. The Qi Si realm and the Yuanshan realm are like chickens and dogs in front of it. After Long Qi was so excited, he did not forget who brought it all. The body shrank rapidly and soon turned into that mini dragon again. Although he has tried his best to keep a low profile, he still looks very handsome. Master, Long Qi looked at Lin Chen and didn't know how to express his gratitude. Lin Chen waved his hand when he saw it. Okay, no need to say more, just work hard from now on. Yes, the task Lin Chen gave it was to protect Xiaozi. It works hard to do it. He immediately stood beside Xiaozi silently. Xiaozi also watched Long Qi's changes curiously. Women all love beautiful things. I have to say that taking a mount like Long Qi out is really impressive. Wait until it's all over. Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao both looked at Lin Chen. Obviously, Lin Chen had no next move. Mainly, Lin Chen didn't have the precious medicine to refine Qi Hai Dan. Ambergris is a top-notch medicine, but it cannot be used to refine Qi Hai Dan. Zhang Chengdao knew a little bit, and felt relieved when he thought of this. In fact, the two of them are more hopeful. I hope Lin Chen can refine Qi Hai Dan. Even if you can only get one. Even if they break through one level of cultivation, it is still a great gift to them. Murong Feng was also disappointed and relieved at the same time. He was both hopeful and afraid. That was Qi Hai Dan, and it was extremely laborious for Medicine King to refine it. If Lin Chen was able to refine it with just a click like before, that would be really disappointing. After all, he is an alchemist. This is undoubtedly the biggest blow to an alchemist. However, he still looked at Lin Chen and said, Master Lin, I guess you don't have the precious medicine to refine the Qi Hai Dan. We have some of these things in the Medicine King Valley. I will talk to the Medicine King later. I'll trouble you, Master Lin. Help me refine it. After the refining is successful, Master Lin can take away most of it. As long as you leave a few for me in Yaowang Valley, it will be enough. Murong Feng is not stupid either. Is the Qi Hai Dan refined by Lin Chen still called Qi Hai Dan? Not only does it have the effect of breaking the sea pill, it can also help people improve their physical fitness. This kind of heaven-defying elixir, no matter how many treasures the Medicine King Valley provides, it is still worth getting only one in the end. Lin Chen's eyes lit up when he heard this. It was indeed a bit laborious for him to find the treasure by himself. If Yaowang Jiyu was willing to provide it, it would save a lot of effort. Anyway, it doesn't take much effort for him to use the 9 Dragons Xuanwang furnace to make elixirs. And it's fast too. There is no such thing as a failure rate. When the time comes, it won't be a problem to take a few pills of Wang Jiyu at will. Lin Chen also wanted to know whether his physique, which had been improved to the immortal body, could continue to improve. If he could continue to improve, Lin Chen wouldn't mind continuing to help Xiaozi improve. Thinking of this, Lin Chen also nodded slightly. Okay, then you can just come to me with the precious medicine. Okay, that's it, Master Lin, we've settled on that. Murong Feng was overjoyed. At this moment, he is as lively as a child. Can he not be excited? Qi Haidan refined by Lin Chen. By then, as the leader of this matter, it shouldn't be a problem for him to get one or two. The Yaowang Valley must treat him as an ancestor. When the time comes, there will be no problem in eating Lin Chen's Qi Haidan and breaking through several realms. He might even be able to reach the legendary realm of Soul. This is what he is after. Murong Feng calmed down for a while and then temporarily put away his excitement. Suddenly something occurred to him, and he looked at Lin Chen and asked doubtfully, Master Lin, I think your cultivation level is only at the 5th level of the true Yuan realm. Why don't you take these pills? Lin Chen was stunned. I also suddenly thought of this. He had never had to practice before, but he had forgotten about it. He is also in the true Yuan realm, so I don't know if this elixir has any effect on him. Thinking of this, Lin Chen first took out a true essence pill. I took it without any hesitation. But soon, he discovered that his cultivation was still at the 5th level of the true Yuan realm, and he had almost no feeling in his body. The moment the power of the true essence pill entered his body, it was completely consumed by the 6 super skills he practiced in his body. Lin Chen didn't believe in evil, so he took more than a dozen true essence pills in succession. But still nothing worked. Simply, Lin Chen took out a dozen Shantian pills and stuffed them into his mouth. But there is still no change. Soon Lin Chen figured it out. Practicing so many super skills by yourself may require too much energy to improve your cultivation. It's not something that pills can make up for. Because it is too strong, I can only do it step by step. But Lin Chen was also open to it. Even if you follow the steps step by step, it will be enough. Lin Chen could see it, but this made Murong Feng and Zhang Chengdao uncomfortable. After taking so many pills, Lin Chen's cultivation level didn't change at all. Who wouldn't be shocked to see it? They knew how powerful this pill was. They don't even dare to eat more. But Lin Chen didn't react at all, just like eating jelly beans. What kind of physique does Master Lin have? For the first time, Murong Feng felt like a dazed young man who had never seen the world. Zhang Chengdao didn't feel this way. Even the elixir that was extremely helpful to Dragon Qi was of no use to Lin Chen. Soon they stopped thinking about it. The perverted world is difficult for them to understand. After that, Murong Feng continued to drive the middle-grade treasured spirit boat towards the Medicine King Valley quickly. The speed of the medium-grade treasured spirit boat is so fast that it can be described as thousands of miles in a day. It just took less than a day. As evening approached, Lin Chen and the others arrived at Yaowang Valley. Yaowang Valley is indeed a powerful force with a radius of 100,000 miles. Although the overall strength is not as good as those top forces. But the status is not inferior to them. The mountain peaks are majestic. In a continuous mountain range, the entrance of Yaowang Valley is currently guarded by an elder and his disciples to receive guests. Invitations from Yaowang Valley were sent to all the major forces within 100,000 miles. These days will come one after another. Naturally, someone has to welcome Maria. When they arrived here, Lin Chen and the others immediately attracted attention. After all, it is a medium-grade treasured spirit boat, so it is difficult not to attract attention. The brilliance and spiritual energy fluctuations emanating from the whole body can be felt by everyone. All were blended in with the fire crystal Stone King, and the light could almost blind everyone's eyes. Typical local tycoon color. Many people were amazed. I thought some big force was coming. They all turned their heads and looked up. When the medium-grade treasured spirit boat landed on the ground, everyone was stunned when they saw that there were only a few people on the spirit boat, and they didn't even recognize them. Among the famous forces within a radius of 100,000 miles, there are only a handful of forces that have the strength to ride on the medium-grade treasured spirit boat. Who doesn't know it? But the situation before his eyes was obviously a little unfamiliar. And they don't look very strong. Murong Feng was still docking and collecting the spirit boat, and no one saw him. They saw that Lin Chen and Xiaozi were both young people. After that, there is a monster pet and a veteran. It's very puzzling. They all started talking quietly. What kind of force is this? Why are there so few people? Could it be that I am out of touch with the world? To be able to come here on a medium-grade treasured spirit boat, he must be a big force, but why have I never seen him before? Who knows, let's just wait and see what happens next. At this time, Wu Yongyang, the third elder of Yaowang Valley, also came over with several disciples. They were also stunned when they saw Lin Chen. Also a little unsure. Take a ride on the spiritual boat, a medium-grade treasure. It's okay if there are so few people coming. Zhang Chengdao seemed to have a higher level of cultivation, but he was actually following Lin Chen, Xiaozi and a monster. Wu Yongyang couldn't understand this strange combination. There was a hint of disdain. However, he still asked politely first, I wonder what kind of influence you are from. Lin Chen glanced at Wu Yongyang and replied calmly, the Lin family in Yanchang. What? Yanchang? People from a small city? Are you kidding me? When will a small city be able to ride on a medium-grade treasured spirit boat? Are all cities this rich now? As soon as Lin Chen said these words, he immediately caused an uproar. Before Wu Yongyang spoke, others started talking. Who within a radius of 100,000 miles doesn't know that those cities are garbage places responsible for paying tribute to the major forces and transporting fresh blood? Some top forces and even some big forces have to pay tribute every year. You can imagine how rubbish people from a city are. It made people wonder if Lin Chen and the others were lucky enough to pick up this middle-grade treasure, the spirit boat. After all, this kind of spirit boat, even if it is a middle-grade treasure, does not need to identify its owner. It can be used by individuals as soon as they find it. If so, many people's eyes lit up and thoughts arose in their hearts. Anyway, we haven't entered Yaowang Valley yet. If we can grab Lin Chen and the others' mid-grade treasured weapon, the spirit boat, they will be rich. At this time, Wu Yongyang was stunned when he heard Lin Chen announcing his family status. Then he became even more disdainful. Now everyone in Yaowang Valley knows that there is a Lin family in Yanchang. But a person in the true Yuan realm actually wanted to accept Shangguan Union as his disciple. No matter how powerful it was in Murong Feng's mouth, it was hard to believe. When King Yao asked Murong Feng to go and apologize, many people in Yaoqing Valley were disdainful and could not understand. I think it's completely unnecessary. When he heard that he was from the Lin family, Wu Yongyang immediately waved his hand and said, I'm sorry, who are the Lin family? Just go back, Yaowang Valley will not welcome you. Yaowang Valley only accepts people with invitations. We didn't send invitations to your Lin family, right? This time Murong Feng went to apologize and persuade. Naturally, I didn't bring an invitation. When Lin Chen heard this, he immediately glanced at Wu Yongyang. The cultivation level at the early stage of Qixi realm. It is a good combat force in Yaowang Valley. But it was nothing like bullshit in front of Lin Chen. Lin Chen didn't even have to do it himself. Long Qi had opened his mouth slightly at this moment, ready to swallow this guy who had offended Lin Chen. At this moment, Murong Feng finally docked the spirit boat and rushed over from behind. Shocked, Murong Feng knew very well how terrifying Lin Chen was. I can't fathom the depth at all. Not to mention Lin Chen, even that pet dragon could swallow the Medicine King Valley in one gulp. No one can offend Lin Chen now. Murong Feng didn't know this before. Now he can be sure that if King Yao knows this, I would rather offend all the major forces within 100,000 miles than offend Lin Chen. Murong Feng's status is not as high as Wu Yongyang's. But at this moment, he immediately yelled, Elder Wu Yongyang. Pay attention to the tone of your words. Wu Yongyang was stunned for a moment, wondering if he had heard wrongly. Murong Feng was a guy with great innate perfection, average talent, and was ranked at the bottom among the elders. If we hadn't met Yao Wang earlier, our relationship would be pretty good. He has always followed Medicine King, and even the position of elder cannot reach him. I was always polite when I saw him before. Now you dare to scold yourself. Not to mention Wu Yongyang, the disciples of Yaowang Valley and others also felt that Murong Feng was crazy. How dare you talk to Wu Yongyang like this? Isn't this Murong Feng from the Medicine King Valley? I heard that he got the position of elder because of his good relationship with the Medicine King. His cultivation level is not even close to that of Wu Yongyang, but he actually talks to Wu Yongyang like this for a person from a small town. Who says it's not the case? I heard that Wu Yongyang will retaliate for his anger, and he has a bad temper. I guess Morong Feng will be in trouble. Those people in the Lin family probably feel uncomfortable too. Although I don't know what conflicts they have, isn't this self-humiliation? Everyone was talking about it. Wu Yongyang reacted and looked at Morong Feng and said, Morong Feng, pay attention to the tone you speak to me. Also, didn't the Medicine King ask you to send some pills to send him away? Why did you bring the person back? Shut up, Wu Yongyang, you idiot, shut up. King Yao said he wanted me to apologize, he didn't say he was sending me away. Morong Feng was almost angry to death. Does Wu Yongyang want to offend Lin Chen to death by speaking like this? It doesn't matter if he wants to die, but he can't take Medicine King and Medicine King Valley with him. Got scolded twice in succession. Wu Yongyang also turned pale for a moment. He said calmly, whether it's a dismissal or an apology, I don't care, but as long as I'm here today, no one from the Lin family can even think about entering. And you have always offended me, I will teach you a lesson today. After Wu Yongyang finished speaking, he hit Morong Feng with a palm. Wu Yongyang didn't care at all when dealing with Morong Feng, who was born with great perfection. He didn't know that Morong Feng's current cultivation level was the same as his own, and he was already in the early stage of Qi Si realm. But he soon found out. Pong! There was a loud bang. In everyone's shocked eyes, Wu Yongyang flew directly backwards, vomiting blood in the air. With just one move, Wu Yongyang was defeated and seriously injured by Morong Feng. Moreover, his cultivation level was also exposed in front of everyone. Qi, early stage of Qi Si realm. How is this possible? Elder Morong Feng had only achieved the great perfection before he left, and it had only been a few days. All the disciples in Yaowang Valley were shocked and inexplicable. Those outsiders who knew Morong Feng's situation were also shocked at this moment. But before they could react, Morong Feng had already appeared in front of Wu Yongyang, who was lying on the ground and was seriously injured. He grabbed his collar and slapped Wu Yongyang on the face more than a dozen times. Morong Feng cursed. Wu Yongyang, this elder used to let you go because you are the third elder. Be polite to Master Lin. It doesn't matter if you die yourself. If you harm me, Yaowang Valley, you will die. Quote. Wu Yongyang was completely confused. He couldn't figure it out no matter what. Morong Feng was still the perfect innate person before he left. How to cross half a step of the Qi Si realm in this short time and directly break through to the early stage of the Qi Si realm. Morong Feng was not a person with outstanding talents. Otherwise, he would not be at the bottom among the elders of Yaowang Valley. I think he stayed in the half-step Qi Si realm for 70 years. If it hadn't been for a great opportunity that allowed him to successfully refine a super powerful elixir, he might still not be able to break through to the Qi Si realm. This half-step is too difficult. Only he himself knows how terrifying such a rapid improvement is. Moreover, even if Morong Feng entered the early stage of Qi Si realm, he was still too strong. Wu Yongyang has been in the early stage of the Qi Si realm for many years, and it can be said that his realm is extremely stable. Even if I was careless just now, I shouldn't have lost so easily. Wu Yongyang was confused and looked at Morong Feng with fear in his eyes. Morong Feng has always kept a low profile in Yaowang Valley and looks like a good old man. No one had ever seen him so angry. It turns out that Morong Feng can also get angry. And it's because of a member of the Lin family. Wu Yongyang couldn't figure it out, but he didn't dare to talk anymore at this moment. He just nodded blankly, acknowledging Morong Feng's words. He didn't dare to disagree. The reason why Morong Feng is so strong is naturally because of his improved physique. Although there is a huge difference from the immortal body, Morong Feng's physique at this moment can be regarded as a genius. Future achievements will be higher. How could Wu Yongyang figure this out? After all, he had never dreamed of helping people improve their physique. It was simply an existence that he couldn't understand. Seeing Wu Yongyang calm down and stop teasing Lu Zi, Morong Feng also breathed a sigh of relief. If he hadn't come out in time just now. At this moment, Wu Yongyang was already a lump of cake waiting to be digested in Long Qi's belly. The third elder had no idea that Murong Feng had actually saved his life by giving him a dozen big mouths. If he knew the stakes involved, it is estimated that Wu Yongyang would not only not blame Murongfang, but would also kowtow to the ground dozens of times. Of course, Murong Feng was not so kind-hearted to save Wu Yongyang. He was afraid that even if Wu Yongyang was really killed by Lin Chen and the others, Lin Chen would definitely have a bad relationship with Yaowang Jiyu. Murong Feng has always regarded Yaowang Valley as his home. He would never allow such a thing to happen. After doing this, Murong Feng also looked at Lin Chen. It was a relief to see that Lin Chen didn't look too angry. Knowing that his performance just now should make Lin Chen calm down. He glared hard at Wu Yongyang again, frightening his body so much that Murong Feng stood up. He quickly came to Lin Chen and said, "Master Lin, I'm really sorry for making you laugh. Please follow me into the valley. Please don't take it to heart." Lin Chen nodded slightly. He is here to take on a disciple, not to cause trouble. Since Wu Yongyang has been taught a lesson by Murong Feng, there is no need for him to hold on to him. He also knew what Murong Feng was thinking. After that, they directly entered Yaowang Valley under the leadership of Murong Feng. Naturally, no one dared to stop it. As for the invitation, who would dare to ask for it now if they have lost their brains? Murong Feng is no longer the Murong Feng he used to be. It seems that there is not much difference between Qi Si realm and Shantian Zochan realm, only one level difference. But the combat power is completely irreparable. Even in the entire Medicine King Valley, there are not many Qi Si realm powerhouses. In addition, Murong Feng already has a very good relationship with Medicine King. I am afraid that Murong Feng's status in the entire Medicine King Valley will rise in the near future. And then no one will make irresponsible remarks. Because of Murong Feng's return this time in Yaowang Valley, the ranking of elders may have to be reshuffled. Everyone thought so. But what was even more shocking was Murong Feng's attitude towards Lin Chen. How could a young master from Yancheng do this to Murong Feng? This undoubtedly puzzled everyone. Naturally, these also include Wu Yongyang and a group of young disciples from Yaowang Valley. They were also very puzzled. I wonder why Murong Feng is already in the Qi Si realm, and he is still in such a strong Qi Si realm, why is he still like this? In the end, there was only one possibility, and that was that this young master was extraordinary. It's definitely beyond their imagination. Either he has a very powerful master or he has some special identity. But they were all wrong. Lin Chen himself was stronger than they imagined. It's just that he naturally won't come to explain specifically to these people. After Lin Chen and Murong Feng had gone far away, everyone started talking among themselves. Why is Elder Murong Feng of Medicine King Valley so tough all of a sudden? It was really scary just now. I was shocked even when I was watching. Yes, that kind of momentum is really terrifying. And the young master of the Lin family was treated like this by Murong Feng. It's really scary. We should be careful when we meet in the future and don't offend people who shouldn't be offended. Yes, you must pay attention. Fortunately, I didn't have the urge to snatch this young master's spirit boat just now, otherwise. Many people who had just thought about it were frightened for a while. If Wu Yongyang hadn't stepped out to block the gun, they would have died miserably. After all, Wu Yongyang was still from Yaowang Valley, and he was beaten into a pig's head. Facing them, Murong Feng probably would not show mercy at all. These people all looked at Wu Yongyang and couldn't help showing their grateful eyes. At this moment, Wu Yongyang's face turned red. He had been beaten very hard by Murong Feng just now. His face was already swollen. I also felt a bit embarrassed. He was beaten by Murong Feng in front of so many people. This man has lost his fortune. When I reacted at this moment, I was also gnashing my teeth. But he didn't dare to find fault with Murong Feng again. He knew that he was no longer Murong Feng's opponent. It's free to go up there. After taking a few healing pills, Wu Yongyang stood up gently after a period of exercise. He waved his sleeves and said with a cold snort to the disciples of the Medicine King Valley, "You continue to stay here to receive them. I have something to do and I will go back to the valley." What's wrong? With such a disgrace, Wu Yongyang naturally couldn't stay here. Once you return to the valley, you will never come back. Let other elders do this hard work. It's too easy to get into trouble. Others naturally know this too. However, they did not expose Wu Yongyang, and the young disciples of Yaowang Valley nodded one after another. Okay elders, we understand. Let's talk about Lin Chen. While leading the way, Merong Feng handed Lin Chen the spirit boat, a medium-grade treasure that had been folded up before and became smaller, with both hands and said, Master Lin, this is your spirit boat. I have already put it away for you. Lin Chen nodded and was not polite. It's just such a boat, I still have to take it when I go back. He stuffed it into the space bag and asked, when will the marriage recruitment meeting start? Where is Shangguan Union? Merong Feng did not dare to hide it and quickly replied, the marriage recruitment meeting is scheduled for 3 days later. As for Yun Yan's matter, please don't be anxious, Master Lin. After all, there are many forces coming this time, and it's a little hard for her to see Master Lin now. After all, there is a breach of contract. Because the marriage recruitment meeting is being held, according to the rules, it is not suitable for Yun Yan to show up these days. But Master Lin can rest assured that I will tell Yun Yan about this and try to let her meet Master Lin first. Furthermore, Yaowang Valley is very big and will specially arrange a place for Master Lin to live. Everything will be taken care of by me, Yaowang Valley, and it will be guaranteed to be of the highest standard. When the marriage recruitment meeting is held, Master Lin will be able to meet Yun Yan. If Master Lin comes out on top, the rest of the Yaowang Valley will naturally not be able to say anything. Even though he knew it would make Lin Chen a little unhappy, Merong Feng still said it bravely. After all, these are the rules. It's not easy for him to destroy it openly. Moreover, this matter has not been reported to the King of Medicine yet. It is inevitable that it will cause criticism from people inside Yaowang Valley and outsiders from other forces. It also had some impact on Shangguan Union's reputation. Merong Feng tried his best to explain to Lin Chen both emotionally and logically. Although Lin Chen frowned slightly after hearing this, he could understand it. Anyway, everyone is here, but I am not worried about my apprentice running away. He nodded lightly and said, since you are here, I must meet my apprentice. Since it is inconvenient to come to me obviously, then come secretly. Anyway, you can find a way on your own. Merong Feng was relieved when he heard Lin Chen's words. He was worried that Lin Chen insisted on meeting Shangguan Union directly. He really didn't know how to deal with it. Hearing this, he nodded repeatedly. Okay, Master Lin, don't worry, I will try my best to handle this matter next time. Master Lin, and everyone else, please follow me to my residence first. The peaks in front of me are usually used by people from the Medicine King Valley to make elixirs. Now because of the marriage recruitment meeting, they are specially set aside for guests to live in. There are 100 peaks in total, and there are too many people here this time. Young Master Lin's coming to my Yaowang Valley has already made my Yaowang Valley shine. I can't let young Master Lin work anymore. Let's arrange it on the nearest mountain peak from here. Lin Chen looked in the direction Merong Feng pointed. What you see is 100 peaks that appear to be extremely unevenly distributed. But the overall look does give people a rather charming feeling. Merong Feng, who was on the side, noticed Lin Chen's gaze and said with a touch of pride on his face, young Master Lin must have noticed that these peaks naturally form a formation, which is a natural Bagua formation, which is extremely suitable for alchemy. For us alchemists, not only ourselves, but the surrounding environment is also very important, which is extremely helpful for alchemy. Speaking of this, Merong Feng suddenly stopped. Only then did he remember that something that he felt was extremely precious and powerful seemed completely useless to Lin Chen. People's alchemy will never fail. It seems that there is no need for this kind of Qian assistance at all. It really makes people more and more discouraged the more they think about it. Merong Feng was also discouraged and stopped talking about it. But he quickly adjusted his smile and said, young Master Lin doesn't know something. I have more than one entrance to the Medicine King Valley. This time, major forces are coming from all directions, and there are dedicated people to receive them at each entrance to the valley, so these mountains are all treated equally regardless of their height. We will choose the nearest peak. This peak is called Lingyun Peak. What do you think, Master Lin? Are you satisfied? Merong Feng looked at Lin Chen and waited for his answer. Now Lin Chen is everything. Except for matters related to Shangguan Union's reputation, everything was focused on Lin Chen. If Lin Chen said he didn't like it and wanted to change another mountain, he would do it immediately. Lin Chen didn't care about these places. He nodded and said, "It's okay, no need to change. I'm quite satisfied. Then let's stay here." Murong Feng nodded immediately. "Master Lin and everyone, please come with me." Good. Above Lin Yunfeng. At this moment, a group of people were standing in front of an attic. They are all guests from Yaowang Valley. There were those who participated in the marriage recruitment meeting, and there were also some elders and sect leaders who took the lead. At this moment, looking at this attic that is obviously full of charm and full of spiritual energy, all of them are looking at the two Yaowang Valley deacons standing at the door. Every mountain peak has no distinction between high and low. But there is a distinction between high and low on the mountain peak. This is the best place to live on Lingyun Peak. It was obviously intended for the most prestigious people. The two deacons have just explained that this place is called Tianxiang Pavilion and has not been arranged yet. The treasure land that Yaowang Valley is located in is incomparable to the top powers with a radius of 100,000 miles. Being able to live here is not only a symbol of status, but even practicing here for a period of time is quite beneficial. The rich spiritual energy in Tianxiang Pavilion will gradually decrease with absorption. It will be saved again later. It is extremely helpful even to those who are strong in the Qi realm. It can be said that everyone flocks to it. Naturally, a group of powerful people would not obey anyone. Everyone wants to live in this Tianxiang Pavilion. A middle-aged man with the appearance of a bearded man said, "Is it true that my Beishou sect is not worthy of this Tianxiang Pavilion? You Beishou sect is nothing. My Tiansheng sect should live in Tianxiang Pavilion." Bah, this is a bunch of shameless people. Only the people from Baihua Valley should live in Tianxiang Pavilion. A group of people suddenly started shouting. Suddenly, a voice said lightly, "Then let's have a fight. Whoever wins will live in Tianxiang Pavilion." The speaker was a young man wearing a robe. His lips look thin, but his face is quite handsome. Although this person is quite eye-catching, the person standing behind him is even more eye-catching. She was a woman, wearing shabby coarse clothes, her hair was disheveled, and she could see a very obvious birthmark on her face, taking up almost half of her face. It looks very ugly. It's hard not to notice. At this moment, he stood behind the man like a servant. Although the appearance of a servant was eye-catching, everyone reacted after looking at him blankly. Recognize the speaker. Hiss. They couldn't help but take a breath of cold air. Could this person be the young master of the Jinyu sect, Lu Zhiling? The Jinyu sect is as famous as the Yaowang Valley. The Yaowang Valley is proficient in elixir refining, and the Jinyu sect is proficient in weapon refining. I didn't expect the young master of the Jinyu sect to come too. Qi Yuxuan is really majestic. If the marriage between this young sect master and Yaowang Valley can be successful, I am afraid it will become a good story within 100,000 miles. Yes, when the time comes for the two forces to cooperate, one refining elixirs and the other refining weapons, I'm afraid it will be difficult for anyone to compete. What's better than this? Just let it go. Jinyu sect is different from Yaowang Valley. It is a top force with a radius of 100,000 miles, even more powerful than Yaowang Valley. I heard that the young master of the Golden Jade sect is already a strong man in the middle stage of the Qi realm. He is super talented and amazingly talented. And the elders beside him, I'm afraid they are all in the late stages of the Qi realm. Everyone felt a sense of despair. Unexpectedly, the Jinyu sect also came to join in the fun. It seems that this Tianxiang Pavilion belongs to the Jinyu sect. The people from the factions who shouted loudest before also bowed their heads silently. Even the two deacons guarding Tianxiang Pavilion in Yaowang Valley, their eyes lit up at this moment. They guard Tianxiang Pavilion and naturally want to choose a suitable force to live in. Jinyu sect is completely qualified. And why don't the people of Yaowang Valley want to marry into the Jinyu sect? It's just that since they are married, they naturally have to choose the strongest one. But today's Shang Pavilion can be given directly to the people of Jinyu sect. The two Yaowang Valley deacons looked at each other, and one of them smiled and said to Lu Zhiling, "Young Master Lu, since you are from the Jinyu sect, you can just move into Tianxiang Pavilion without such trouble." When Lu Zhiling saw this scene and heard these words, he felt secretly proud in his eyes. His Jinyu sect has such confidence. However, he still waved his hand and said, Since everyone is here, if I, the Jinyu sect, move indirectly, it will inevitably cause dissatisfaction among others, and I will avoid secretly saying that I, the Jinyu sect, am bullying others. The way I see it, we won't bully others. We will each choose a person who is under the Qi Si realm to compete with each other, so as not to hurt the harmony. What do you think? Lu Zhiling looked at the people from all the major forces with a smile. There was confidence in his eyes. Look at the extremely ugly woman next to you. The woman doesn't look very old. It was because of that huge birthmark that she looked extremely ugly. At this moment, he stood there quietly, seemingly indifferent to the things around him. Lu Zhiling's purpose is very simple, that is, to prove to the people around him that the Jinyu sect is not only great in weapon refining but also in terms of strength. Even if there are no Qi Si realm elders, no one is the opponent of Jinyu sect. It is also for the people in the Medicine King Valley to watch. He, Lu Zhiling, is Shangguan Union's best choice. Just cancel the marriage recruitment meeting. Hearing this, people from all the major forces looked at each other. I thought to myself that Lu Zhiling was so useless that he actually used them as spearmen to put gold on their Jinyu sect's face. Everyone is not a fool, so they can naturally see his thoughts. But no one tried to expose it. After all, weapon refining and elixir refining are extremely important things. It is inevitable that I will seek help from the Jinyu sect in the future. As the young sect leader, Lu Zhiling will most likely be the next sect leader of the Jinyu sect. Coupled with the strength of Jinyu sect, no one is willing to offend. No one dared to offend. But the major forces were also unhappy. They all thought to themselves, be careful if you get involved in it. Since Lu Zhiling said so, they also brought some young disciples who had reached the innate realm. All of them are extremely talented. It's not yet certain who will win and who will lose. And this is what Lu Zhiling said himself. When the time comes, you won't be able to blame others for slapping yourself in the face. Think of this. The leaders of the major forces, including the sect masters, pavilion masters and valley masters, all smiled and nodded. Since young Master Lu has said so, it's natural that we can't refuse. I think that's it. That's right, that's right. To avoid hurting the harmony, let's send people from the Qi Si realm out to have a try. Everyone agreed. After that, they will select the strongest person under their respective Qi Si realm. The strongest one under the Qi Si realm is naturally the innate Dzogchen. But no one thinks that the half-step Qi Si realm is not the Qi Si realm. I can't afford to lose this person. The powerful innate Dzogchen sent by various major forces are not ordinary innate Dzogchen. Even among the same level of Shantian Dzogchen, they are all the best. At this moment, everyone stood up and lined up to look at Lu Zhiling. Let's see who Lu Zhiling will send. Lu Zhiling smiled disdainfully when he saw this scene. He looked at the ugly woman next to him and said, Xiao Yi, just fight with them. You can't lose. Good. The ugly woman nodded slightly and simply replied with one word. Just walked out directly. Everyone looked at each other in shock when they saw it. Unexpectedly, Lu Zhiling looked down upon people so much that he would send someone who clearly looked like a servant. Originally it was just speculation. But then, Lu Zhiling's words further proved this point, making people from all major forces look bad. Lu Zhiling smiled lightly and said, Xiao Yi is my servant, and she has some strength. Let her compete with you. Puff. Everyone who heard this vomited blood. I can't wait to step on Lu Zhiling's face and kick him hard. But they were forced to endure it. The leader of the Beisho sect said with a smile, Master Lu, you look down on people too much, and you are not afraid of a servant being beaten to death. The leader of the White Hand sect has already had murderous intentions. If you can't deal with Lu Zhiling, why can't you deal with the people he sends? Others thought so too. They all ordered the innate Dzogchen experts sent by them to wait and not show mercy. When Lu Zhiling heard this, he waved his hands indifferently and said, if you really have this ability, then I won't want this servant. But I promised you in advance that Xiao Yi is very powerful. If you are not convinced, you can come together. Puff. The major forces who heard this said no more. Just say one word together. Go. These innate Dzogchen experts from various major forces actually did what Lu Zhiling said and besieged Shang Xiaoyi together. They are also very angry at the moment. I feel like my dignity has been challenged. Lu Zhiling looked down upon people so much that he sent an ugly girl servant. He doesn't look very old. This is even more infuriating. Anyway, if you can't kill Lu Zhiling, then kill Xiaoyi in front of you. Together, there are 8 innate Zochan experts, each showing their full aura and cultivation. How terrifying it is. Even some elders in the early stage of Qi realm were a little afraid when they saw it. The leaders of the major forces seemed to have seen the scene of Xiaoyi being torn into pieces. Unfortunately, it didn't go as they wished. Xiaoyi didn't even show any aura of cultivation. He simply punched the nearest innate Zochan strongman with a fist. Bang! There was a loud noise, and the Shantian Zochan flew out upside down, and the person was already coughing up blood in the air. When he landed on the ground, he pointed at Xiaoyi with fear in his eyes and was speechless for a long time. In the end, he passed out directly. Too fast. It was too shocking. No one even saw what kind of cultivation Xiaoyi had. An innate Zochan strongman was smashed into such a bear shape by Xiaoyi's fist. The remaining 7 innate Zochan experts were also shocked. They all stopped, quickly calmed down, and surrounded Xiaoyi. Then the attack is launched. There were so many people, but Xiaoyi couldn't cope with it so smoothly. But just a moment later, another innate Zochan strongman was knocked out by Xiaoyi's fist, and met the same fate as the previous one. This is undoubtedly extremely terrifying. If nothing else happens, I am afraid that the remaining 6 innate Zochan will not be the opponents of this seemingly servant Xiaoyi. What's the matter? This Xiaoyi is so weird. Is she really a servant? Why can't I see her cultivation level? It's really strange. She doesn't seem to have used any cultivation at all. Could it be the power of her body? As soon as these words came out, the heads of the major forces trembled in shock. The power of knocking out an innate Zochan strongman with one punch, without using any cultivation skills, is this something that a human can do? Everyone couldn't help but shook their heads. Even the 2 deacons of Yaowang Valley were puzzled and shocked at this moment. But Lu Zhiling nodded and admitted proactively, Xiaoyi does not have any cultivation. She relies on pure physical strength, and there is no method that allows her to practice. She just relies on her own strength. What? How can this be? Although Lu Zhiling took the initiative to admit it, no one wanted to believe it. This is beyond their knowledge. Lu Zhiling said proudly. I was shocked at first, but later when I found out that Xiaoyi is from the Tiangong clan, I wasn't surprised anymore. What? Tiangong clan. Now the people from the major forces are even more uneasy. This is even more surprising than Xiaoyi's lack of cultivation. The owner of Baihua Valley looked at Xiaoyi seriously at this moment, and said with a solemn expression, the Tiangong clan has been extremely powerful since birth. They can move mountains and reclaim seas as adults. They are a race that can compete with the Dragon clan. It is said that the Tiangong clan disappeared thousands of years ago. Unexpectedly, there are still Tiangong clan members in the world. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.